we gotta knock off. Cause you mixing with me is like keys in a sock drawer. I'm on target like 30 from half court. You're 15 minutes of fame for more than a half short.
Going off stage with ByDynoo, eating that end light, coming back on, but that's a side sig on the opponent, but it does not matter.
Hideway! Are you kidding me? Hideway!
That's what I got till I break the mold. Weight on my shoulders, don't ever fold. We can't break even, no, I bet it all on me. I'm at the top and that's where I'ma stay.
There's the GC side sig! It's instantly punished from Hughes, and he is your two-time Brawlhalla 1v1 World Champion!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Brawlhalla Winter Doubles Championship. My name is Walt, and I am joined here by Polymonto for the North American bracket. And if you guys were watching that intro video that you guys saw, there was a little bit of a clip there that I'm excited for potentially today, the collision course of Zen and Experience versus Balloon Boy and Hideway. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Poly, first and foremost, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing very, very good, and I'm super excited to get to be able to bring this weekend to a close. We of course have had lots of phenomenal gameplay thus far, and we're gonna keep it coming.
Yeah, I said I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I'm too excited for it. Okay, Hideway and Balloon Boy, Zen and Experience, they are on opposite sides of the bracket, so I don't think we would see them until probably like winners finals would be the projections, if I'm not mistaken. But that is such a cool doubles narrative that we have set up here very, very early on. And I do believe that our first match of today will be one of those two teams. It's going to be Zen and Experience up against MoneyHalla and the greatest tag in all of Brawlhalla esports, Sweaty Meat.
Yes, by far my favorite tag in the game right now. Zen and Experience, you were just talking about this team, one of the strongest teams in the region right now. They've proved themselves time and time again, most recently at BCX with that second placement. What do you think about this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely interested. So I only saw Sweaty in singles at BCX, so I'm not super sure what the experience in twos with MoneyHalla is. Of course, there's not really a ton of data to go off of just based on what we're looking at on this pairing graphic that we have here. But to your point about Zen and Experience, yeah, they're amazing. I mean, they did get kind of quote-unquote dethroned by Hideway and Balloon Boy at one of the doubles championships. But they are very good. You can see it on the screen how often these guys have meddled as a team. We've talked about the concepts of pairing, you know, your number one and your number two together. But is it as good as having team synergy? These guys got both of it. So it is going to be a tough draw for MoneyHalla and Sweaty Meat, but let's see if they can do it.
Couldn't have said it better myself. They have both of it, and that makes for one heck of a team. And now Sweaty Meat and MoneyHalla, this is going to be a massive, massive challenge for them, a mountain to climb. And so far, it looks like Zen and Experience are off to a pretty good start. MoneyHalla down into red here, patrolling the ground, trying to get an opener. They found that gravity cancel that Experience used, but not able to get a stock or anything.
Yo, okay. That disarmed. Oh, MoneyHalla taking him down with them, but Experience somehow slid all the way back up after that counterpunch from MoneyHalla, so staying alive on this first stock. Good desperate attempt, but MoneyHalla is the first one to fall here.
All right. Able to find some things here on the edge guard. Neutralite throwing them away, but Sweaty Meat going to get stuck in that offstage by Experience. We have a team combo setup as well. Neutral signature. Was that DI off of the N-Sig?
It looked like it, yeah. But I mean, either way, MoneyHalla is already gone. I was going to say pretty rough position in terms of just relative damage, but it's even worse when you're already on last stock. This is a tough thing, right? And I want to go over it a little bit more when we have time after this first game, but the Amugi as a pick seems a little bit challenging, right? Because you are so reliant on that potent signature kit. MoneyHalla really hasn't been able to activate too much in this first game.
Oh, Experience doing a great job at maintaining his resources here offstage, making as much use of his stock as possible before he goes down. Zen, there you see it again, opting to get knocked out just a little bit faster so he can come and support his teammate here. Oh, Experience on the offstage with the cannon. Is he able to find something? The D-Light there comes through. No knockouts yet, but I'm holding my breath for Sweaty Meat and Money Holla right now.
Yeah, and Zen can just kind of wait underneath with those recoveries too. So they have the up and down covered magnificently here. Money Holla will lose final stock here. Tough position for Sweaty Meat in game number 1.
4 stocks against 1 right now, and you already know, Sweaty Meat already knows that this is going to be just a little bit too difficult to win. So yeah, that is going to be the first game. There was something you wanted to talk about this game. What do we think?
Yeah,
so far?
so I had mentioned, and we're gonna see it on the replays a little bit, right? Like Amugi as a legend is good, right? Like Greatsword is a good weapon. I'm not gonna deny anything about the legend itself. In 2s, and specifically for Money Holla, it's interesting to me because I think you lean really far into the potent signature kit that Amugi has to offer. And we look at how many signatures were used in that game that we see on the screen here. Only 5, only 1 of those hit in the first game. That's really where they were going to pick up a lot of their individual kills unless Sweaty Meat is able to kind of initiate and pass the ball over to Money Holla to get a finishing hit.
For sure, and I just have to mention, I really just had to question everything I knew about life because I saw that Money Holla's Amugi is level 98 already with being such a decent legend.
He's goated. He is goated with Amugi.
Money Holla. Well, I knew that. I just didn't know. Wow, he's been playing this legend a lot.
Oh yeah, 100%. So this is the big thing I want to look out for here, especially with Greatsword Online. We did kind of see, from a macro perspective, Money Holla on the Greatsword equipped was patrolling the ground, trying to get Sweaty Meat to take to the skies and then force landings for Money Holla. But that's already first stock. Nice save attempt from Sweaty, but Experience there all the way.
Super nice recognition from Experience there, seeing from a mile away what they were trying to go for. Able to find the correct punish there. They are yet again here with a stock lead. Sweaty Meat, only one on the red team with 3 remaining. Takes a Seer to the face though, as man, Zen and Experience have so much control over the game. All the time it looks like Money Holla and Sweaty Meat are just struggling to keep their head above water.
Yeah, and I do think it's important to kind of like color the perspective that we give to some of these sets because Zen and Experience are such clear favored matchups in a lot of these sets. We do see another stock fly off the right side there. The way that we kind of create the perspective is from Money Holla and Sweaty, right? Because it's like, what do they need to do to take down the titans that are Experience and Zen, as we see another stock go off from Money Holla. But all that being said, the reason we do it is because Zen and Experience are just that good.
It's like for Experience and Zen, this is like just a best out of 5. For Money Holla and Sweaty Meat, it's going to be probably one of, if not the hardest set in their entire bracket.
100%. Finally gets the stock off the left side right there for Experience. Coming off the respawn, I mean, you do get the D-Light off the gravity cancel if you're Sweaty, but there is no ground pound to be found from Money Holla. Again, like, you have to capitalize on the off stages, especially when you're playing with this deficit.
Experience not able to find that combo, tries to swoop in there after the end light. Zen got beautiful little conversion he was able to get there off of the hits that their enemy was getting. Side singing their own teammate though, at this point they're so close to the knockouts. You just see he's just letting it rip right now with these signatures.
Okay, yeah, and Money Holla forcing the 2v1. Aside for the fact that Zen and Experience are on now 1 and 2 stocks apiece, you really have to give Money Holla time to cook, right? Like, that signature hits, but if the other teammate is there, easy whiff punish. It's not even gonna matter. That Experience could have fallen off to final stock. 2-0 already for Zen and Experience.
Swift 2-0 Experience, playing incredibly strong in this game again. Getting all of the knockouts across the board, 6 with 631 damage done. I just feel like, yeah, I mean, there's not really much to be said, man. Experience and Zen are one of the best teams in the world, and I mean, we're finding out.
Yeah, and again, I wonder, like, composition-wise, if maybe they can pivot a little bit around the fact that Money Holla is going to stick to the Amugi. I'm not sure if there's like a change that needs to happen right here, but we will load in.
3, 2, 1,
We will have a swap, I believe. Sweaty Meat on the Wu Shang previously, so we're adding in another axe into the mix here, coming up from the red team. Let's see if they're able to make that work. Dare comes through, hitting all of the players, his own teammates included. Nair as well. Money Holla has an accuracy of 300% thus far.
Okay, stock not taken off the right side, but this is exactly what I mean, right? The familiarity of Zen and Experience with each other, knowing that the target swaps are in. Ground pound 1 gets the first stock, second one doesn't connect. Money Hollow way off stage. Experience is just cooking too much, bro. Look at that. Like, is threw the stock away practically to just try to get the clip on Money Hollow.
Yeah, I mean, what really makes Zen and Experience really good, what makes a lot of teams really good, is both of the players' ability. Oh, we have a little bit of a team combo set up. Not able to find the recovery. Able to get Experience down into orange, though. Money Hollow and Sweaty Meat are starting to get a little bit of a lead here. But as I was saying, one of the very important characteristics of a really strong team is for both of the players to have good situational awareness. And it's 100%. What Experience and Zen, I think it's one of the things that really, really makes them stick out.
Yeah, I mean, look at the stock count right now. Again, 2s is a format, interesting, but team combos offset, so Money Hollow gets a couple signatures in onto Experience. I honestly think the Legend swap, you're giving Money Hollow a little bit more room, a little bit more time to cook. We've been seeing the signatures connect with more frequency and accuracy as well. This is looking pretty good for Red Team, even with Money Hollow losing that first stock.
I mean, looking pretty good is almost an understatement. This is looking amazing so far. Zen and Experience, pretty much only thing they can do to shut this down. I mean, either they play neutral 10 times better, or they just are able to find a team combo here. Other than that, Money Hollow and Sweaty Meat, they might have this in the bank vault.
Yeah, but again, it is a tough order to have to go for a reverse 3-0. Even getting 1 on the board over Zen and Experience is a huge accomplishment. So let's see if they can start it right here. Money Hollow dash jumping over to just try to pick up the greatsword. I mean, this is 1 bridge away from getting a stock onto Zen, but ground pound comes through. Okay, Sweaty Meat has to stay in this, otherwise it's just over, I think, for Red.
Oh, it gets hit by that Sair, but Experience, sorry, they were not able to completely finish that combo. It's a 1v1 now, though. Money
yeah,
Hollow
but it's going to be over
fresh
quick.
On
the
his stock.
greatsword's just too different, bro. Money Hollow crosses the finish line, but for how long, right? This is a game number 3 to stay in the winner side of this bracket. But yeah, let's look at some of the replays here. The team composition itself, I think, was really good. And what was one of the difference makers between the previous game and now? I'm looking at the stats from game number 2. 12 signatures from Money Hollow with a 17% accuracy. I'm waiting for the update to come through, but I would imagine that accuracy rating is much higher in this game.
Yeah, Money Hollow doing an amazing job throughout that game. You can definitely see that he was a little bit of in flow state there for a while, disrespecting the neutral of the enemy and hitting his teammate a lot, which is also like, it can be a really good X factor, right? Because the opponents are always going to expect you to respect, to not hit your enemy too much. But I mean, if you're in flow state, might as well go all the way.
Yeah. See if they can maintain it though for 2 more games to get the reverse sweep. Once again, this is one of the best teams in North America to do it. Probably the best,
Experience.
at least by ranking.
Shutting it down Money Hollow right now. I see vengeance in their eyes. That's already Money Hollow dropping a stock 25 seconds into the game. Experience was harassing Money Hollow.
This might be another one. Oh, hang on. Okay, Sweaty Meat. A little bit of a counterplay. Counter punching off stage onto Experience. Staying alive on this first stock. But Money Hollow is the one playing from behind. Dashing in first, already in yellow as well. Okay, that's got to be a follow-up hit, but just a Sair from the greatsword. Gets the 2-piece onto Money Hollow to get 1 stock, but Zen trades it right back.
Zen, able to find the full combo. Experience, going all the way up to the top, but it's not going to be enough to find that knockout. Still, a lot of damage. Zen is going to get knocked down, though. That's leaving Experience to fend for his own right now. Does he get knocked out? No, he even gets some extra damage here.
Yeah, a little bit of an awkward positioning when both Red Team members focus down Experience for the offstage, right? Because Zen respawned in perfect position to be able to just play counter to it. So now we reset for just a moment. Both weapons thrown away from Red side. GC Sidelight doesn't connect with Zen, but Experience closes the door on Money Hollow's second stock. Sweaty's not going to fall out on the right side, but this is a 2v1 opportunity for Money Hollow. The bridge comes through just for a couple. Dodge read, come through, nothing.
Experience able to go back to the ground. Money Hollow now looking to retaliate. The recovery comes out, but it's not enough to get that knockout. And just like that, you're away from your teammate just a little bit too far, and they're able to find that knockout. Money Hollow is able to find one of his own, though. Was looking for the dodge read, not able to find it, though. There's so much happening right now, Walt. They're playing so fast.
Money Hollow answering back onto Experience with the greatsword recovery is really huge there, right? Because aside from the fact that Red Team is behind a stock, now Experience becomes a pretty solid target. If you get the stock on Zen, you have a window to be able to get the 2v1 onto Experience. Here we go. But look at him. See? Immediately jump saring away, spending every single resource, sweat beating, until Zen can come back to play defense.
Right. Freeing up some space here, starting a conversion. Not able to get massive hits off of it though. Sweaty Meat pushing Experience off stage. Is he able to find it?
Okay, Sweaty's in a bad spot. Money Hala has no weapon to really create any threat range either with a weapon toss or otherwise. Yeah, so do you preserve your own stock or try to play defense for your teammate? Sweaty Meat goes for the Sair with the axe. That was a crazy commit and it cost you big time.
Stuck in the 1v2 right now, and the recovery is going to be enough to close that stock out. That's going to be 3-1 to finish the set, Walt.
Wow, yeah, I mean, you said it early in game number, in this game, of they were fighting back with some level of vengeance, right? I think Zen and Experience just woke back up after that game loss, and that happens to the best of teams in Brawlhalla. You lose a game, and you're like, what are we doing here? You know, and then you try to figure it all back out, and it culminates into a pretty solid win within 4 games for Zen and Experience. They're going to be moving forward into top 8 winner side, as was projected, but I do think Money Hala and Sweaty put up a pretty good fight.
Absolutely. And one thing I gotta mention about them playing with vengeance there at the very start, and it's something I haven't reflected that much of previously. In a lot of cases, for a lot of 2v2 teams, tunnel visioning, I mean, it has a bit of a, it has a negative connotation, right? You think about tunnel visioning, you think of it as a mistake. Experience is able to tunnel vision to his advantage. It's just that for him, it's called momentum. That's what we saw in that first stock, man. He was just hammering down on Money Hala, and he was able to get that stock off really quickly. And Zen, I mean, it goes to show that they have synergy with this playstyle.
Absolutely, 100% agree. I do have a quick correction as well. This wasn't a top 8 qualifier, it was top 12 qualifier. So Zen and Experience are going to have to play, I think it's Bunny and Raid to make it into top 8. So still staying in the winner's side. Wow. That's going to be a crazy set. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, Raid doing really good this week, and I'm a bit sad we won't be able to see that. That'll be on the main stream later, though, so you definitely don't want to miss that. But you definitely don't want to miss the next set that we have coming up either. It's going to be Balloon Boy and Hideway going up against Volst and Buko Pandan. What do you have for me, Walt?
I am such a Balloon Boy Hideway fan. After seeing the, I think it was Autumn Doubles, where they got their first gold medal ever. That's why you see the 1 gold on the left side of your screen for these 2 players. What a good showing, right? And like we had interviewed them after they had won Autumn Doubles, and a big thing that Hideway, I believe, had mentioned was it was like, you know, that gold medal kind of escaped us over and over and over again. So it feels really good, obviously, to just finally be able to wrap one up and take a victory home. The big thing that I'm thinking about from a narrative and storyline perspective for this team going into 2025 is you've gotten the win. Are you able to maintain that momentum and carry it into esports year 10, maybe get another couple of wins under your belt, another couple of gold medals, or is it going to all fizzle out now?
But they have one more team. They actually have many more teams before we get into the medal placing matches. And the team in front of them right now is Volst, aka Shadow Jesus, and Buko Pandan, aka Blue Guys. Let's see if they are able to put a stop to this momentum that they have going on.
Okay, so a big thing I want to pay attention to set the stage a bit as we get into this first game. What made the Autumn Doubles run from Hideway and Balloon Boy so successful in my mind, and this is just a prerequisite for any successful team in Brawlhalla, is target swapping, target swapping, target swapping. Specifically, Hideway is so good at playing the offstage and making it really tricky on who he's going to be focusing down. Look at that. Already just swoops in, finds the stock on Volst. No save to be had on Buka. And it's going to be 2 stocks, actually, just for going crazy like that. But Hideway throws one away as well in the meantime.
and that is going to be completely evened out here. Buko, Pandan, and Volst able to keep this competitive, able to keep it tight. Hideway trying to get something started on the right side. Beautiful interrupt there by Buko, Pandan. But look at the way they're able to isolate as well. Yet again, with those quick target swaps, as you were mentioning. Oh, we have a team combo set up,
Forget isolating. I'm picking up a buy one, get one on that combo. Volst and Buko really, really clean, but didn't convert on either blue team member.
Yeah, you could tell Buko Panda going for a side signature off the right side. They were hoping that the down signature would send them that way, but slightly misspaced, and it's not going to end up that way. Either way, it's a lot of damage. They're able to get one knockout from it. Are they able to find it on Hideway too before these stocks start being lost?
For sure. So now Hideway's playing a little bit careful. Recovery from Balloon Boy doesn't get the KO onto Volst, but they do get one onto Buko for good measure. This is a lot of pressure on Hideway to just try to stay in this stock for a little while longer. Recovery actually gets the lead for now. But if Hideway loses it, once again, same exact situation. Balloon Boy's kind of left stranded for 3-4 seconds to try to stay alive while Hideway comes back with a respawn.
Balloon Boy doing a really good job thus far at staying safe while also simultaneously being really, really useful to his teammate here. Able to rack up a lot of free damage. I mean, I'm looking at Balloon Boy getting 5 or sometimes 4 hits before he's hit himself.
Okay, here's the respawn I mentioned, though. Balloon Boy just takes really 1 lance hit to go. So, I mean, this is pretty good, all things considered. About even at last stock for everybody.
Volst sandwiched between Hideway and Balloon Boy, showing absolutely no fear. He doesn't mind being between them.
Yeah, but Hideway also didn't really seem to care either. He just sared in between all 4, like into a 4-player mash there. Hideway, no weapon. Balloon Boy looking to recover. I mean, just recovery off of Buko from the gauntlets will get the KO. It's not going to get it on Hideway, though, just quite yet.
Oh, he got the dodge. That's going to be the stock, and Hideway with a sidelight recovery of his own.
That was a closer game than I expected. I'm going to be completely honest. And I do think that Volst and Buko played, specifically that bunch-up combo that they were able to get for so much damage is what kept them in that game for so long. But kudos to Hideway and Balloon Boy for being able to bring this back kind of very methodically, carefully, and then just claw back to a 1 stock across the board, but they're going to get the first KOs.
Yeah, Balloon Boy was playing from behind for so long in that game and was still, as I mentioned, he was able to make himself super useful to his team, finding a lot of stray hits, building up that damage. You can see it, 400 damage dealt even though you were taken down so early. So amazing decision making coming out from him, and Hideway, of course, able to pull through and make things happen.
Okay, game number 2 underway. First pickup's going over to Buko and Hideway. And again, the cannon, I think, has just been such a lethal threat for Hideway. Specifically, I think it's what got them their Autumn Doubles Championship win. So, see, once again, question remains, is it going to be enough going into 2025? Only time will tell.
Oh, big neutral signature coming out on the right side. Won't be able to get any knockouts off of that, though. We see a lot of big full send signatures happening right now. Balloon Boy looking for that N-Sig as well. Hideway able to push Buko off stage. We have a lot of 1v1 now, actually, compared to the last 2 games. Or, sorry, compared to the last game.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, it kind of allowed Balloon Boy a lot of range to just do really basic 2 hits, right? We saw D-Light recovery on the spear and then just D-Light Sair to be able to pick up that first stock on the blue side. But in the meantime, Hideway was traded right back.
Definitely. I mean, we have a lot of strong 1v1 players on the screen right now, and let me tell you, Balloon Boy is definitely one of them. So if we start getting... Oh, they find the combo. Buko, Pandan, and Volst, they're crazy on the team combos, man.
That was crazy that they were aggressive enough to go for that, knowing Balloon Boy was on the right side coming back to recover as well. And they were able to still get a ton of damage on Hideway. Sair's going to be enough to get the stock off the right side. Balloon Boy recovering back. Sweat beads come through, but Buko picks up the dare on both of them for the stocks.
Massive usage of the move there off the left-hand side, able to grab that double knockout, and just like that, they've won themselves a lead. It's still doable for them. They can take this to a 1-1.
Yeah, really great showing from Red Team already. And like I said, I mean, they impressed me a lot in game number 1, so we're in for a really competitive set for sure, just by the nature of how some of these stocks have looked. Hideway launching themselves in to try to just interrupt, create a little bit of chaos in here. Picks up the signature, nothing happening here. Traded hits back and forth, but Buko, worst end of that exchange. Neutral light comes through. No Sair from Balloon Boy, but Hideway, that's what I mean. Always there as backup to pick up the pieces.
Always there in the backup, and this time around has actually another stock to work with compared to the last game, wherever he was the one that fall behind very quickly. Buko Panda now left in a quick 1v2, has to stay safe. Is he able to touch the ground? Great recovery to grab that knockout on his way out there.
Ooh. Makes it a 1v2. This might just be over. Balloon Boy desperately trying to chase dodge over towards a weapon spawn. Gets the gauntlets, but again, look at these damage thresholds. It's a little bit weird now. You have to chip away at probably like Buko and then look for sidelight of recovery. It's just going to take a while. That's the problem.
So far, we see Buko Pandan is struggling to find these punishes here onto Balloon Boy. We'll be able to find that there, though. Both not finding a punish off of that either. You're seeing a lot of unanswered damage that Balloon Boy is able to get here. He's chipping away.
And this is tough, right? Because especially when you're playing the 1v2, it should feel really guaranteed, I think, when you're in the 2-player seat. Because you just wait for the singular player to press a button, and then whether you get hit or not, your teammate should just be there to get the punish, like that.
Yeah, Balloon Boy doing a really good job at playing this 1v2 though. He's using a lot of super good ways to cover himself, waking up, not finishing his true combos, just to throw them off guard and not let them find those punishes. Balloon Boy, will he be able to get his way back onto the stage here? The end light comes out from Volst. They're staying super patient here.
Wow, this is so safe. What? Balloon Boy?
What?
No way, no way, no way.
And he gets the recovery. That's a stock. Balloon Boy, it's possible now. It's so much more possible.
Not at the finish line. The fumble at the end
zone way.
Is crazy, and Balloon Boy picks up the safety for 2 points to make it 2-0 in the set count.
What an option by Balloon Boy, though. I mean, who does that in a situation like that? You go for a GC and sig. You realize if you miss that, Volst he literally has double D-light and then knock you out. I mean, there's no way in a million years they would expect that. Balloon Boy, what a call out and what a 1v2 performance.
Yeah, that is such a rough position to be in if you're Volst and Buko, right? Because you are playing. It's almost like you played the 2v1 too safe to a point where it gave Balloon Boy that opportunity, right? You had mentioned neutral light from Volst. It was slowly poking Balloon Boy off the stage over and over again, applying more chip damage, so eventually the conversion would get the stock. But then Balloon Boy finds the opening to just rip that signature, create some space, and it's, again, like I had mentioned before, just a matter of get a recovery on whoever has the higher damage or whoever is closer, and then fight the 1v1.
Yeah. And if there's one thing that's comforting me right now, that's the fact that Volst and Buko Panda, they play without any fear whatsoever. Even when faced with Balloon Boy and Hideway, they play incredibly fiercely.
Oh,
and
hang
so
on. They might have to be
momentum,
afraid. They might have to be afraid, Polly.
It's gonna have. Wow. Yeah, you might need to be afraid of those sandwiches at least.
Okay. Recovery, not enough. Oh, was that a save? Or was, I guess, just either way, the dive kick does come through to stop any momentum. But Hideway, once again, playing off the backboard. The cannon picks up a double. Wow. And Balloon Boy and Hideway are showing the people at home why they deserve to have one of the top seeds in this tournament.
They got like 4 hits in total at this point. Okay, able to get a couple more now. Volst doing a good job with this lance, but Hideway able to retaliate with that cannon. To set up an aerial anti-air there, Balloon Boy against Buko Pandan. Looking at some even trades right now, but we have a full stock lead from Balloon Boy and Hideway.
Yeah, now at this point, blue team can just kind of play it a little bit slow. Even if you maintain parity, you're just going to eventually win the game. So this is all on Volst and Buko to make some plays happen. Find that double up team combo that they got in game number 1 and make some stocks, because Volst only has 1 left.
Balloon Boy finally dropping to their second stock here, and Hideway staying safe, wants to extend this lead as much as possible. He wants that extra stock to play with. I can't blame him. You have 2 massive string weapons, and if you have that extra stock to play with, you can decide to go for some pretty nasty things here on the offstage.
Watch the turn. Oh, okay. Chase dodge down from Hideway. That's like, let me get completely out of the way so my teammate can just pick up on that last stock. Volst finally gets the stock on the lance to take down Hideway's first. But this is a tough one, Polly. This is absolutely a tough one to come back from. And it's even worse now that Buko's lost the stock.
Oh, and that's a combo come out. GC and Light not going to be enough. Post will be able to get his way back onto the stage. He will. He'll find a lot of damage while doing so as well. Balloon Boy finds that End Light. That's Volst being disarmed. They need a knockout right now.
Okay, Hideway looking for the neutral light just to try to get a little bit of action started. Once again, ton of runway here for both Balloon Boy and Hideway. Even if they get caught on mismatch timers, it's pretty fine for them. And yeah, look at that. Stock's already gone. Buko has to fight the 1v2. Recovery disarms as well. Desperate ground pound attempt as the sweat beads come through, but this is just not an if, but a when for blue team.
Yeah, they're just playing off of momentum right now, going for massive strings, and that is going to be the end of the set. Balloon Boy and Hideway with a 3-0, which is going to propel them through further into the bracket here.
Wow, what a crazy showing from Hideway and Balloon Boy. And again, I tried to set the stage for everyone about how impressive to me this team is. Like, they are probably I'm going to say it, my favorite team in North America. I love that, again, they got that Autumn Doubles win last year, and I think they're on their way to potentially getting another one, at least one in Esports Year 10.
Yeah, showing a very, very strong performance here, especially in that last game, in those last few moments where they really, really turned up the heat. I gotta give props to Volst and Buko, man.
Totally.
I mentioned it previously, their ability to play without any fear while going up against Balloon Boy and Hideway. A lot of the best teams in any region will have just a massive advantage over the just by mental, because the other team is going to be afraid of them. They're going to respect them a little bit too much. But Volst and Buko, they really challenged Balloon Boy and Hideway in a lot of these cases.
I do agree. I'm going to challenge you a little bit on that while we kind of look through the rest of the damage distribution here, because I think maybe there was a little bit of fear that got set in for Volst and Buko when they fought that 2v1, and maybe that was why they had played it so carefully. But it was
towards
very, because I'm with you, right? Like, I think games 1 and 3 and most of game 2, they were totally fine going in, playing on favorable situations, doing whatever it took to try to get one over on Balloon Boy and Hideway. But then right when they were close to getting there on the 2v1, they were like, oh, let's pull back a little bit. I don't know, like, let's play it safe, make sure we can secure the game. And I think that's what ultimately cost them in that game number 2.
Yeah. Well, guys, we could sit here and we could talk about these two teams for the rest of today, but there's more sets to be had. But before we can get to that, we are going to be taking a very short break. So make sure you don't go anywhere, and we will be right back. And what is up, Brawlhalla? Welcome back. You're watching the Winter Championship. This is the double side of things, and we are in Walt's region. We're in North America, baby. How are you doing, Walt?
Yeah, baby. I mean, hey, am I upset that we haven't gotten to Game 5 yet? A little bit. We had a lot of crazy close matches in the other brackets that you and I have been able to do this past weekend. But that's not to say that there won't be a Game 5 first off, and that's not to say I'm still not hyped to be here. What is going on, everybody at home? We got our next matches coming up for you in just a moment. I see our players have loaded into the lobby already, so production, hit me with that transition. Let's see what we got here. Anime and Flower up against Anonymous Alex and Isaac.
All right, so there's some familiar, there's a lot of familiar names right here. There's one name that I'm a little bit unfamiliar about, which I'm hoping you might be able to fill me in on, Walt. Who is Isaac?
I don't know either, because I'm trying to look him up. And I see an Isaac from South America and an Isaac from Europe. So I'm trying to figure out if this is another tag.
Oh, it's worthy.
Or a different
it's worthy. All right,
okay,
yeah. So
cool.
it is a name. It's a name swap, and we also do. We have Anonymous Alex using a different name in the game as well under the tag Reverse right now. So we potentially have back-to-back name swaps here.
So let's get underway. Flower had a very, very good individual performance last week in Winter Singles. So I'm excited to see what this team does. All told, Anonymous Alex and Worthy, I think they got like a 9th in the last year at one of these events. They got a 4th and a 5th place at one too. So there are no slouches to getting pretty far in the bracket as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I mentioned this before we went live. I'm always a fan of players that work really, really hard, and I always wish them the best. And Anime Fan has been working hard for many seasons in a row in the ranked queue. So I'm definitely looking at their cannon gameplay right now, what they're able to do with it. The signature comes out from Anonymous Alex is able to shut down their attempts though. Isaac popping off on this lance.
Oh yeah, and as we said it, Anonymous was the one that fell first with this stock, so a little bit behind the pack in terms of damage. Could catch up to Flower in just a moment, but Flower with a quick 2-piece jumps away, and there it is. Nice. Okay, I was gonna say Anime can just basically play defense if they try to pursue onto Flower, and the recovery outright was just enough to do it. 2 stocks across the board.
Flower staying safe here as he's waiting for his teammate to spawn back up. Anonymous Alex is looking quite damaged here. Is Flower going to try and go for this 1v1? Tries to go for that nair, and Anime is able to come in there and cover him.
Okay, with punish. Yeah, nothing from Anime, but Isaac staying lone. Can't get too much of a pickup after that. Flower is able to get the alley-oop, but not too much more. Did get disarmed notably as well, but that's a pretty favorable spawn for Flower to play a little bit of defense. You saw the nair come out.
Able to find that nair off the landing too. Anonymous Alex fishing for these nairs right now on that hammer, keeping Anime Fan in the air for a really long time. Dare comes out too. D signature is going to be able to close out that stock, and if Anonymous Alex is able to play this a little bit safe, I mean, this damage disadvantage has all been evened out by now, Walt.
Oh yeah, absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. I mean, you can pick up the stock on Isaac, and once again, same exact situation. Okay, dodge was burned instantly as soon as Anime Fan presented the Gauntlet Sair, but doesn't even matter. We're not playing the mix-up. That's going to be a stock off the top. Weapon throw comes through. Flower covers the overhead as well. Beautifully done by Red Side to force the 2v1.
Very, very important. Isaac now left in this 1v2. You can see Anime Fan is looking for that nair. They're looking to get this team combo started. All of the attacks is going in the direction of Flower right now. They want to set it up badly. Let's see. Try not to... There could be a situation here where they start to fish for it a little bit too hard, though.
Okay, yeah, let's maybe not going to see a situation like the last set we had, but playing by the wall meant Isaac had a little bit of time to just play it slow, figure some things out, only in yellow, and the Lance could do a couple of things here to at least rack up damage. But if you get wrapped up like this, it might just be over. And it already disarmed. I mean, it's so close to just being the stock. Weapon throw connects. Oh, that's a pretty big miss. That's a pretty big miss from Anime Fan.
Still,
but
one good hit
Might
is
not
all
matter.
you need. Gets the read. There it is. So getting a little bit messy on the 1v2, but still able to close it out. Anime and Flower doing a really good job here in the first game. I really want to shout out Anime doing 600 damage with 3 knockouts, obviously doing super, super well. One thing that I was noticing about Flower is super, super good at playing support. I don't know if their like overall game plan is for Flower to be a little bit more support-y, but whenever Anime Fan was kind of popping off on that cannon or just being a little bit more aggro, there's one really important component of 2v2, which is that if you are doing a 1v1 against someone else, you can't follow up. Because if you're in the middle of doing an attack, you won't have enough time to start another attack to hit that follow-up. And Flower is just really good at not doing anything while being in the complete right position. He knows exactly when he needs to wait for his setup to come from Anime.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think in the replays as well, the edge guard position that we had saw from Anime Fan and Flower really exemplifies just proper positioning from Flower, especially if you're going to be playing more of a backup role in this team composition. We had saw Anime Fan go for the weapon toss, it forces the burn dodge, or if it doesn't and it hits, then it's already kind of a guaranteed position. Flower can just go very high over the top and completely cover almost everything from that angle. I mean, it turns out a 2v1 in terms of an edge guard, you can cover a lot by being able to just be in the right place at the right time. And Flower and Anime Fan were able to do that.
Yeah, so Anime Fan doing a really, really good job here, being a bit more of a mechanical player and being able to grab a lot of damage onto Anonymous Alex and Isaac, and Flower being a little bit more 5-head with smart positioning here. So let's see if Anonymous Alex and Isaac are able to combat this. Isaac getting stuck on the offstage. This could be scary. Flower is able to go for that full-on 1v1, and that's the thing about Flower, man. He's a good support player, but if you put them in one of these 1v1 situations, he's not an easy player to beat at all.
100%. Okay. Anime Fan tries to follow up a little quick after Flower connects the Sair. Or sidelight, excuse me, but... Once again, Nair in the stack position with Spear from Flower, but it really doesn't find any mark. They do get first strike, though, over onto Isaac, importantly.
Very confident moves from Anonymous Alex. They're going for the down signature and the side signature, while Anime Fan and Flower had potential to go for a team combo on him there. Finds that stock with a D-Sig. The D-Sig comes out from Anonymous Alex, but Isaac interrupting it. Still able to find it. There's a lot of interrupts right now happening. Isaac needs a little bit more space, and Anonymous Alex also seems to be needing a little bit more space.
Yeah, Isaac needs a weapon, too. Was able to pick up that axe after being disarmed. Threw it away, though, and no pickups to be found until the land spawned pretty favorably for him. Anonymous Alex comes back off the respawn, waiting for a weapon spawn. Able to get it. Okay, this was good from Isaac to play this patient. Yeah, look at this, the pickup. The double up comes through. Just for a 3-piece, but that's still important.
Yeah, super good positioning from Isaac there. Master plan, just wait by the edge until Anonymous Alex finds his opening. You see it again. Anonymous Alex was doing a Terra side signature there. Isaac interrupting it with an unarmed sidelight. We're having a lot of synergy clashes here in the neutral. Flower and Anime, they're able to mix up the tempo and make Anonymous Alex and Isaac make these mistakes, man.
But speaking of mistakes, I mean, a little bit of a mistime whiff punish there from Anime.
Wow.
Gets picked up by the blue teammate, and Flower also loses the stock, so blue with a gentle lead, unless they get this stock off on Anonymous Alex. Anime Fan pursuing it a little bit further with the chase dodge. Nothing more to be had there, but now Flower's taking front line. Not going to be a KO off the top, not with the bow, not quite yet. But now you can focus down Isaac instead in the offstage, and this is where it gets awkward. Oh my gosh, what? Everyone's bouncing around like a pinball machine. This is crazy. Somehow, Anonymous Alex sweat-beated for like what felt like an eternity, lost the stock, and now Isaac's in a really rough spot. Actually, just a brutal position with no stocks left. Anonymous Alex forced to fight the 1v2.
Combo comes out, left in the 1v2 now, and yet again, looking for this 2v2 combo. Anonymous Alex able to free up some space there with those nairs, but just like that, he's pushed over to the edge again. He can't get any space on him. Nairs coming out, Flower sets up for the anti-air, and he just keeps it going.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that juggle state was gross, right? And it only did maybe, what, like 50 damage, but it still was such a mental statement from Flower to be like, I know exactly where your landings are, and you are gonna land me straight into a Game 2 victory.
Wow, there it is. taking another one on the board. And Isaac and Anonymous Alex hovering over their legend picks right now, potentially discussing in the VC how they can adapt here. What do you think about the set so far, Walt?
I think they should try a change, and it looks like Isaac may, but I'm not sure. I mean, the thing about this last game was blue team had the lead, right? But that is just the weird facet of doubles, where if you're up one stock, you could immediately be down within seconds, just by virtue of how quickly stocks can fly, and 2v1 guaranteed combos can just completely ruin tempo. So I don't know if it was necessarily anything from Anonymous Alex and Isaac that I would call like an error along those lines, but more so that Anime and Flower tightened it up towards the very end of that game number 2.
Definitely, and I mean, I mentioned it. I mentioned it multiple times during that last game. We saw a lot of interrupts between Anonymous Alex and Isaac, especially whenever I think it was in 2 instances. Anonymous Alex, it looked like he was about to get a knockout, and then we had some unfortunate miscommunication. So potentially going for the same person a little bit too often, getting a little bit shaken up by Anime and Flower here. So if they're able to recompose themselves here, they're able to take control over this neutral. I mean, that's really the name of the game for them, and they could be a super fierce team, but it's not an easy task against Flower and Anime.
Oh yeah, look at the offstage already in game 3. We changed the scenery a little bit. Still no soft platform, or I guess no soft platform on this stage, rather, excuse me. Just, yeah, Isaac lets the ground pound rock. I mean, you have to respect that verticality on the lands.
Okay, Anonymous Alex waiting by the right-hand side here, and you do see their positioning slightly different now, going for a lot more sandwiching here. Anime Fan and Flower trying to find a sandwich of their own, not able to set up for any team combo though. Anonymous Alex doing a good job. D signature will get punished though. Oh, that angle is disgusting.
Yeah,
that angle is
my
disgusting.
Gosh. I'm reminded of 10th grade geometry again, just seeing how brutal and disgusting that angle was. But all told, again, blue team does have the slight lead at the end of all of this. Actually, it might get extended a little bit further with Flower already going into yellow from that quick team combo. Flower with the answer back, though, takes down Isaac's first stock.
There comes out onto Flower, able to maintain this stock. Isaac able to get some hits on Anime Fan off the left-hand side, though, but he immediately repositions and tries to get back onto the stage here. Even throughout all of the stocks right now, damage also looking quite even.
Ooh, okay. That is a really interesting point out from just a single neutral interaction, and I wonder if it's going to come to play later, too. Anonymous Alex picked up a very easy Sair with the axe equip, I think expecting Isaac to follow up with the team combo, but instead he pursued the offstage. So, all told, once again, blue team does have the lead, and this one is a little bit healthier than before. Want to see a little bit more team synergy between these two, because I think you had pointed it out, too. It was a little bit of a disconnect earlier in the set.
Oh, that's Flower going down. I mean, they have a disconnect, but it looks like they're just raw neutral capabilities, and the few setups that they're able to get is enough right now. Flower able to get that knockout, though. Are they able to get the second one? Isaac struggling to touch the ground. Flower's anti-air is so strong, but not strong enough there against Isaac.
Yeah, I think Anime Fan wants this 1v1 versus Isaac. Okay, instead just target swaps over to Anonymous Alex. Oh, nice little two-piece to get the stock off the top. Okay, is this enough, though? Very healthy. Chase dodge up, cover so high. Anime was so clued into where Anonymous Alex wanted to go, but just couldn't get the follow-up hit.
That neutral signature was so close too, not able to find the punish off of the hits that Isaac were able to get. Fully charged up recovery will go unanswered as well. Anime and Flower are starting to look a little bit shaky here.
Where was Isaac going during any of that? You know, the charge recovery, the offstage, the recovery went the wrong way as well. I don't know, the nerves might be setting in knowing that your elimination is on the line and Anonymous Alex will fall first now.
It's a 1v1.
Oh, what a counter
Finds
hit!
it there, but what a recovery! What a recovery from Isaac! It's a 1v1 now. Is he able to do it? Looks for the weapon pickup, but what a ground pound! What a ground pound from Anime Fan! Completely, he was not ready for that.
The tag for today was Isaac, but Flower and Anime deemed him not worthy. That's going to be a 3-0 for Flower and Anime, and this was the elimination side as well. What placement was this? Was this for 13th?
There's no
17th?
way. There's no way. I'm gonna
This was
check.
her
I'm gonna check
17th.
real quick.
Oh, no, 13th, yeah. No, 17th.
17th. Math,
Yes,
math is very difficult. It's okay. I
That's
get you
crazy.
completely. This is early, man.
Wow, I
These
mean,
games
that's
are
a
super
crazy
high
set
quality.
to get, yeah, this early. I'm right there with you, but, I mean, hey, congratulations to Anonymous and Isaac for being able to make the run to 17. Flower and Anime will be proceeding forward, and it looks like their opponent in the following round is going to be Seabass and DK11. Man, that was this feels so opposite to what we have gotten from some of our other brackets, Polly, where it was like game 5 after game 5 after game 5. Now we're seeing, like, honestly pretty decisive 3-0s, and I'm wondering, like, what's going on this late into the bracket that we're getting so many of these 3-0s.
Yeah, there's definitely been some changes in top 128. Some macro changes here with new teams making it all the way up here into top 32. But then again, I mean, this is the Winters effect. What we have some teams that have been on the grind just a little bit harder, and it goes to show in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for our next set. I know some people maybe have other opinions sometimes. I saw some. Here's how I'll flavor this, right? I see Raish and MegD on my screen. I saw a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. I saw a little bit of fruity language between the two of them in the set that they had to play last week. But I would gather that they're teaming together. So maybe it's like the enemy of my enemy is my Brawlhalla doubles teammate, and it looks like they are. Raish and MegD up against ByDynoo and Pringles.
All right, so of course, I mean, Raish and MegD, do they need an introduction, Walt? I'm going to give them a little bit of one anyway. I'll let you talk about MegD. I talked a lot about Raish last weekend. Raish very quickly becoming one of my favorite players in the entire game, especially as they're starting to turn a little bit more aggressive on this Red Raptor. Whenever they're in that flow state and whenever they're going extra hard, I think they're one of the most entertaining players to watch right now in the scene.
You don't know how happy that makes me to hear that, Polly, because I feel like I am stranded and alone, and I'm scared.
I'm with you.
Because I'm like, hey man,
you.
He's like, I want to cheer for Raish. I love Red Raptor. I love the orb. And then all the casters, like, you know, are throwing cinder blocks at me for being like stupid, you know? I'm like,
now,
come
one
on,
year ago,
let me
now
have
one
this.
year ago, I would not have the same opinion. But let me tell you, Raish has changed, and I approve. I approve of the change, and Raish has caught my eye as of recently. MegD, almost called him Megdish. MegD, on the other hand, this is also something you can be quite excited about. We saw during BCX, MegD returning a little bit to his roots, but being a little bit more patient throughout that bracket, I feel like, which is something I'm a big fan of too, of course, to all of the older viewers watching. I was a massive Simple fan back in the day, so I am absolutely no stranger to the more patient playstyle either.
Right, but twos is an entirely different format, my friend, so let's see if it can apply over here. This is cool. ByDynoo playing the Yumiko, a legend we saw a decent amount of over the past couple of days in the other regions as well. I'm really stoked about seeing this legend in twos.
I just gotta mention, ByDynoo's name right now in the game is Toyota Corolla
Yeah,
1986.
that might
and
rival Sweaty Meat as best tag that I could have seen.
I am super. I have to really refrain from the urge of just calling him that for the rest of the game. But so far, Raish and MegD doing a great job here in the first stock. MegD not able to find that neutral signature to follow up off of that hit.
Okay, Pringle just with the swat away. I'm gonna call it ByDynoo also, because maybe that's the right way to do it. I don't see a capital N. That's also just fewer syllables for me, but or I guess it's the same syllables. It sounds like it's smoother. Okay, nice from Pringles though off stage. Oh, tries to dive kick, but MegD there to cover the back. That's gonna be first strike off of the reversal. Woo! Look at the little side
nice
switch.
Side signature. There we go. Oh,
Yumiko,
Raish
bro.
able to answer with one though. Only player with a stock advantage here, but taken out really quickly. Nice recovery used there by Pringles. MegD was to set up with something here on the gauntlets. Pringles looking unafraid. He was going off there.
Okay, Raish struggling to get in with those boots though. A little bit of damage going back and forth. Nice three-piece. Raish was in position after MegD wanted to pass the ball. They're keeping the advantage state going though.
All Right, Raish able to get an opener there on the platform, making great use of the soft platform. Pringles going for a recovery. It's going to go unanswered though. Just repositioning back onto the ground. They have such control over this game, but Toyota and the Pringles are doing such a good job at getting damage whenever they do have the control.
Okay, recovery from MegD doesn't connect. Raish staying alive thanks to just being all the way on the right and getting launched towards the left blast zone. Orb is equipped. This is sidelight Sair territory, especially if he's left facing against Pringles, but not even going to get the chance to do so. Pringles last man standing here in terms of who has the most stocks.
Looking healthy. All other players looking healthy except Pringles right now. One good hit, and I mean, this is something you mentioned a lot, Walt. We're going to have the offset of the respawns. Whenever Pringles goes down, we have an opportunity for a 1v2 combo. Raish and MegD probably have those locked down. They're finding a lot of damage, though. Might not even matter. They're both into orange by this point. They're taking damage much faster than ByDynoo is right now.
Ooh, I think they tried to focus super hard on Dino to get the stock. Okay, this could be huge. Got the double.
There it is. Pringles forced to play a 1v2 right now. They're both down into orange, so you are in that range where if you're able to find a Sair, you're able to find a Neutralite, you're gonna get a lot of variable force, and you're gonna be able to opt for a 1v1. But I mean, one of the less fun things about Axe in this situation is you have so much end lag on a lot of these moves. You go for an end light, you already know you're gonna get punished back.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, we're seeing put on full effect the patience that both of these players have just to wait for the combo to come to them. Raish doesn't connect on that last signature, but the opportunity will arise again as long as Pringles just finds the little bit of a slip up here as it comes off the wall. MegD gets the pickup. Off stage, nothing more. Okay, just recovery.
We're seeing slip-ups from Pringles, and we're not seeing a lot of stray hits being connected. Not really chipping away at their stocks so far. We have a recovery come out, not going to be enough to find that knockout. Tries to go for a read onto Pringles.
Ooh, what a
that one either. What an option!
That was, I mean, yeah, you're so used to seeing the horizontal orb play of just sidelight Sair, my beloved, right? But to be able to go for the combo that ends in recovery, expecting a dodge up, just to kind of try to desperately get out of anything. Really, really nice from Red Team. Very, very patient closeout as well.
Super, super nice. Yeah, Raish Orb are really able to play in the third dimension here, and MegD also doing a super good job at applying some of that pressure. But Pringles struggling a little bit in that 1v2. Of course, Ulgrim for a lot of people might not be the favorable legend to have there. ByDynoo with 26 signatures.
Beast.
Am I reading that right?
That's so sick. Does it? Okay, so I actually have a question because I don't know. Does it count? Do our stats count it as a signature hit if a wisp, like a singular wisp, connects? Like, is that why the accuracy is low?
Question. That's a good question. You'd have to ask the programmer guys.
We need to ask the engineers at home how they specifically have accounted for Yumiko here. But we're gonna load into game number 2. Small Fortress Alliance is underway. Let's see if those wisps can start connecting a little bit more to get the blue team on the board.
All right, Pringles and ByDynoo. So far, ByDynoo only player without a weapon here, and they're taking quite a lot of damage for it as well. Throwing away that bow, they know exactly what they want. They want that hammer. Nice interrupt.
Yeah, and you called it out. ByDynoo gets the hammer, but at what cost? Already in red damage. MegD just playing perimeter, trying to prevent ByDynoo from coming in to interrupt the Pringles edge guard that was imminent.
And to add insult to injury, you're already red here, so you finally got that hammer, but you're probably getting knocked out with it fairly soon. There you see it, which means that ByDynoo is going to have a bow here on the respawn, not on the favored weapon. He's able to pick up a hammer real quick, though. I bet he's happy about that one. Raish and MegD looking very strong, though. Recovery is going to make him look a little less strong.
Yeah, that was great patience from Dino as well, to just wait for MegD to slide off, hold it all the way to just cover the wall, and then just get the scoop up reversal. All told, though, Raish on first stock, not into red quite yet. Boots are online. That's going to be a pair of missed signatures from Raish and ByDynoo. Recovery doesn't connect either from Pringles, but now we're back on the orb equip for Raish.
MegD making great usage of the aerial kit here on the spear. Raish able to pick up some anti-airs of his own here. ByDynoo able to set something up here on the off stage. MegD already fell for
Yo!
those
What is that
recoveries. He's not
mix?
gonna fall
Oh,
for
imagine
another-
that KO'd! That was crazy. Every single orb player in the universe just stares there. But you go for the mix-up down? That's insane.
Okay. Finds that sideline opener. They're both so damaged by now. That's one stock off, and MegD finds the D-Light there. It's not going to be enough. He's going for the commitment. GC and the light there. What an option.
Yeah, crazy
Not enough to
option.
knock out.
Okay. ByDynoo gets to hang on to this stock. MegD actually loses
Nice.
this one as well. This is a brutal, but oh, the stomp off stage! Wait, Dino's going insane on the Yumiko. Wait a minute.
The hammer, man. The hammer's popping off. He finds the recovery into the Sair. Raish almost going down from that. Second stock has a lot of playing room here. And yeah, they're a little bit afraid of him. He's pushing. He's just dash jumping toward them.
I'll say, oh,
No
MegD!
fear.
Crucial misplay. Ground pounds the teammate by accident. Has to play this pretty defensively so you don't get picked up in the 2v1. So now it is just a healthy final stock for everybody here.
Okay. Waiting to catch ByDynoo slipping in the air here. Won't be able to do so, so swaps over to Pringles. Recovery onto the teammate instead, though. Not able to find that Sair. ByDynoo so slippery whenever he misses those signatures.
They split off as well. MegD didn't even need to secure that final stock onto Pringles. Knew it was ready to throw the Pringles can out. But MegD can't connect on that signature. This is looking like another one game for Raish and MegD unless the hammer can get equipped. But they really tried to remix it on there. It's 2-0 for Raish and MegD.
Super, super great game coming up from Raish and MegD. Now, there was an orb play off the right-hand side. I don't think we're going to get a replay of it because it didn't lead to a knockout. I was looking at the other side of the screen. Walt, do you want to take us back
Dude,
to
look
what
at
was
this.
going on?
Look at this. That's a crazy mix. I can't believe that he went. In my heart of hearts, I wanted that to KO just because it was cool,
Oh, we
right?
did get
Like, and orb players don't get that many opportunities to be cool. So you get to just do something that's a total mind game. That rocks, man. But I digress. Let's go into game number 3. Is it enough for ByDynoo and Pringles to get a stock? I've been really impressed with Yumiko in 2s for what it's worth, but we can talk more about that later.
Definitely. Now, Raish and MegD with a massive lead here. It can't be stressed enough, though. I mean, ByDynoo is popping off on this hammer, and Pringles has definitely had some moments of their own, so there's still... It's still definitely possible for them to take a game off of Raish and MegD. It's only time will tell if they're going to be able to do it, though.
Okay, MegD sweat beated twice there. No real punish to be had. Picks up the double hit on both red team members. Raish just tries to cover the high ground and finally gets it with the crow's beak for first strike. In the meantime, ByDynoo falls off the bottom blast zone. Already a 2-stock swing for red.
Okay, Raish setting up something here onto Pringles. They want to commit to the offstage. Massive, great play by ByDynoo to interrupt his plans there. Trying to go for that second one was a little bit ambitious, but not gonna get punished for it either. His positioning with these recoveries are so good.
Insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, caught up a little bit awkward because MegD was in the middle of that scrap. So Raish could not really pursue the combo that much further. And Light from Raish tries to just hit him with the foot. Not going to get too much more.
Pringles finds a landing there, but Raish will be able to push him off stage, almost get a knockout. Will he be able to get it? The signature comes out. Oh, the side signature gets interrupted by the recovery there.
All right. I mean, blue team has started to bring this one back as ByDynoo loses the stock off the right side. Pringle needs to stay in this. This is huge.
Oh, recovery is going to give him some extra space to get back up. Can they find the knockout here? The recovery comes out. MegD, will he be able to stay safe? He doesn't even stay safe. He goes for the GC like ground pound.
Okay, MegD was off stage. MegD's probably the target here, right? But just given the damages that we have here, Raish almost completely fresh on this stock. Sair from ByDynoo's not going to be enough to get the stock. Oh, the coverage was so perfect. Once again, this Yumiko, so unique at putting people in awkward situations. Almost lost the stock, but Pringles closes it out. Raish got to jump away.
Yeah, I mean, he was super close with that dodge to have it back in time to recover back to the stage. What I was worried about was that the enemy would just come down on him and be able to get a knockout. But super, super good support from his teammate Pringles, but he's left in this 1v2 now. MegD and Raish have gotten so much already, and just like that, they're gonna close it out to 3-0.
Wow, what a good showing from Raish and MegD. I think we'll look at some of the replays right now. There were a couple of errors, and that's bound to happen for any team, right, at any level of play. But I think the biggest thing for me before we went into this set is we had set the stage in a bit of like Raish and MegD are a bit more passive of singles players. And I think the natural question to ask when you see them team together is who plays in front in certain situations, or who is the one to initiate if neither of them really like to be that one that acts first in those positions. But they made the most out of their team composition. Their team combos were on point, and it results in what you see on the screen right now, a 3-0 over ByDynoo and Pringles.
All right, so I mean, what else is there to be said? MegD and Raish, man, what a showing! Raish playing heavily leaning toward that orb throughout the entire game. We saw a lot more battle boots in the first 2 games. Same can be said for MegD, leaning towards that spear as well. So we do have adaptations here, even though they were winning throughout the entire set.
Yeah, totally. And I think while we have a couple of minutes to talk more, I want to talk about I want your opinion, because you're goated at Brawlhalla, Poly. Yumiko in 2s seems really good to me. I think it's like a cool pick, right? Like the wisps cover so much, the signature kit's like not that bad. It seemed like really awkward to try to get in on that legend.
I mean, it is a good pick. It is a good pick, but let me tell you, there's a
better
lot better
ones.
picks.
There
there are better
sure.
ones, and I mean that's the name of the game, right? We're watching competitive Brawlhalla. We're watching the best of the best. So I mean, a lot of people, they're not gonna be happy with decent legends. They're gonna only want the best of the best, which is very, very understandable. It has some quirks. It has some really interesting and unique quirks. I mean, where I would place it on a tier list for 2v2, probably A tier, maybe A+ tier. S tier, not so sure.
Yeah, I'm just really interested in seeing what may develop, because we're only in the start of the esports year, right? And like you and I were going insane yesterday and Friday, seeing Queen Nyes and Sir Rollins and the Yumiko Mirage comp that made top 8. It's just like, I don't know. I want to see some more unique picks, and I'm sure the fans at home would love to see some diversity as well. But it's just
tired
cool.
of
It's cool to see it.
Just say it.
It's cool to see it.
We all know it. We all know it. You're not the only one. You're not the only one that's tired of Olgrim and Wushang. You can say what the entire chat is thinking too.
Okay, all right.
It's okay.
All right. Look. Yeah, you said it, not me. But yeah, we're gonna get into our next match now. It looks like Flower and Anime are going to be making a return, so we will be getting that match that we had kind of set the stage for earlier. Flower Anime up against Seabass and DK11.
Now, I love this. I really love, especially in elimination side, whenever you are able to follow players, whenever you're able to see them. This is quite literally, as you mentioned, the game right after the one that we got to cast from Anime and Flower, whenever they were going up against Anonymous Alex and Isaac. Now, I do have some words for their opponents, Seabass and DK11. We have received word that DK11 is yet another name swap. New year, new name, new year, new me. New name, am I right? That was very hard to say. Yeah, Seabass. I wanted to talk about Seabass. BCX 2022, I think. I'm gonna have to go on ahead and double check. 2023. BCX 2023. I got to cast Seabass. If this man is on Teros, I remember even from 2 years ago, this man had one of the most fearless and most fun Teros playstyles that I've casted in a really long time, and he was playing on that level at LAN, dude. At LAN, and it's super, super impressive. I see that Wushang, though, on the graphics, so potentially we'll be able to see that come out instead. So yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. I mean, I've already kind of given a bit of a monologue, assisted by you, of course, for the punchline at the end of why I like seeing Yumiko on the screen. So, yeah, we already got a set of Anime and Flower. They looked pretty solid in that previous set for, I believe we said it was for 17th place with the 3-0 over Anonymous Alex and Isaac. Let's see if they can keep the run going. I mean, notably, this is still elimination side bracket, so the loser of this will be out of the tournament at 13th place now.
Yeah, they played very, very strongly in that previous game, but as we've mentioned, that they are definitely going to get checked here as they run up against Seabass and Truck Stop Burrito, now known as DK11. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves here in terms of the PR numbers. Flower and Anime, both incredibly good players, but I mean, Seabass and Truck Stop Burrito, I'm gonna be completely honest, and I'm gonna say these are two players at probably their peak right now. They're playing super well as of recently. I hope they've been practicing over the off season. If they have it, that they would be able to they could be able to make some large plays here. I'm gonna go on ahead and check who they went down to actually in the bracket.
Yeah, while you do that, I can tell the people at home that Seabass and Truck Stop actually did get a bronze medal at Summer Doubles this past July. So they do have a pretty solid record on their file here. Anime and Flower, by contrast, looks like they got a 7th place at Autumn Doubles Championship. But let's load into Miami Dome for game number 1.
All right, and they did get sent down by Fakey and Hybrid, which currently are facing off Sandstorm and Stingray on the main stream. But going back to this game, Miami Dome for the first one, Truck Stop Burrito already doing incredibly well on this axe. Seabass able to follow up as well. We are neither seeing a Teros nor a Wushan coming out from Seabass. It's going to be the Onyx. A lot of people opting for the Cannon this weekend.
Yeah, and I think Cannon's such a potent weapon in twos, right? It's very powerful in the 1v1s, like we have joked about all weekend. You're just one good dodge read away from hitting it big when you have the Cannon online. But Flower's just a couple of stomps to the head away from getting first strike. I don't think you even care if you traded stocks there. That was sick.
That was really, really sick. And as you mentioned, it's not about the stock count at that point. It's about the mental damage that you're able to do with ground pounds like that. What was that? Seabass able to, I would have to assume, accidentally save their teammates as Flower is unable to finish that neutral signature. That's Truck Stop Burrito going down to the dare, though.
Yeah, a bit of a reversal situation that favors Flower. I think Truck Stop was really in the driver's seat there. Does get the Sair to be able to close out the stock over onto Anime. Flower super far down. Seabass just going to close it, ensure that the stock goes. Now Anime's off stage against Seabass, just jockeying for position, looking to get a single hit. Not going to happen.
Right, able to find that side light. It's going to be on their teammate though. Anime Fan able to keep up the pressure on the Truck Stop Burrito right now. Flower has to play this carefully, which means that Anime Fan is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive, and they seem to be comfortable in that situation.
Okay, team combo was a little bit miscommunicated. Seabass went through Anime, did not connect with the follow-up hit. Actually got one onto Truck Stop instead. But one signature from Seabass is met with another from Truck Stop to secure that stock. It's an offstage for Flower, but threads the needle to make it right back. Covers the weapon spawn as well, but Truck Stop makes it through. It's Cannon v Cannon offstage though. Look at the left side. Look at the left side. Hang on.
Oh! Anime Fan finds that dare. This offstage interaction has been so extended.
They don't want to be on stage. This is crazy.
It's insane. Oh, and it looks like always when you think one player is gonna win it, the other one comes back. Just like that, Seabass able to make it back, but Flower finds that ground pound. Truck Stop Burrito now left in the 1v2. Just don't get team comboed here. He'll be able to stay out of danger. Seabass gets that knockout, and this could be one.
This could be a combo from Seabass starting it. Okay, off the wall Truck Stop, still sweat beating, gets disarmed right there. Anime Fan has a clear target, and you see him just jumping straight over Seabass, trying to secure the stock on the Truck Stop and make this a 1v1 with the Cannon again for some offstage shenanigans, perhaps.
Okay.
that was the funniest weapon throw I've ever seen. Okay.
Just breaking the tension with that weapon throw. Anime Fan still in the game. Staying very, very patient here. Seabass trying to look for that anti-air, trying to look for the neutral signature. It's going to be the end light, but it's not enough. Onyx defense for you right there.
Yeah, and there's the coverage from Truck Stop on the axe. I mean, you can just hold that for days. The weapon toss downwards also just makes it a really awkward angle for you to get back. Seabass and Truck Stop up first in this set.
Dude, Anime Fan and Seabass on the Cannon Ditto, whenever they're off stage, is like a 4-episode Naruto fight. It is so insane.
They were off the stage for probably like 45 seconds, and then Flower just scooped in and like got what, like one single hit to just barely dent Seabass off the bottom blast zone.
I am all about that ditto, and we're probably getting more of it, of course. Anime being incredibly well known for their Onyx. If there's anyone that's going to be swapping off of the hammer, it's probably going to be Seabass. There are opportunities there. We are facing some technical difficulties from Seabass, who is going to be restarting their game real quick. So, but yeah, able to grab the first game.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at the stats here and maybe trying to parse out a little bit between Anime and Seabass who might have won out in terms of the Cannon Ditto, and I think I'm leaning more towards Seabass, but Seabass also was using Cannon more than Anime in the first game, so it's a little bit hard to say, and I think when a majority of that game was kind of Seabass and Anime doing their own thing off stage for a while, it's a tough one to evaluate.
I mean, the winner of the offstage interaction between Seabass and Anime was Flower. I mean, he just scooped in there with the ground pound, which threw them off guard and got that stock. But we are not going to be seeing any legend swaps across the board, so there are probably more Cannon Dittos like that to be had.
I'm looking forward to it. Let's get into game number 2 over on Demon Island.
Ah, small walls. All right, small walls, probably a little bit less, but small walls. All right, so actually, a little bit interesting. Whoever went for that map, which should have been the winners of last game, Seabass and Truck Stop Burrito, opting to not go for massive walls here. Very interesting. They don't wanna set up those prolonged offstage interactions.
Yeah, let's see if there's any motive behind it, or maybe they just didn't want soft platforms. Hard to say, but it's a little bit of an offset matchup with Anime Fan on the Gauntlets versus Seabass's Cannon. Flower makes it back towards stage unarmed, but just gets batted away right again. Truck Stop now holding the edge.
Okay. Weapon throw to I was gonna say the function of that weapon throw. I'm not entirely sure. Truck Stop Burrito's cooking right now. He's only orange. Goes for that D-Sig.
Ooh, okay, that's gonna be recovery. Yeah, KO off the top. Will find its mark. Oh, Flower tries to slide, but both Truck and Seabass were in position to be like, you're not getting anything after this hit.
Okay. Nair isn't going to find its mark. Finds the GC sidelight Nair, though. That's some extra damage. Yet another Nair, and Truck Stop Burrito is locked in on Anime right now. He finds the Nair, and that's the stock down onto his last.
He was in, like, the bottom right corner of the stage, and still,
yeah.
I mean, thanks to the Lance recovery, still able to make that one back. What a hard commitment, and to be able to get the stock is just the cherry on top right here. What a huge lead now for Blue.
I really love Truck Stop Burrito's playstyle, man. There's just something about his playstyle that screams screw you whenever he's attacking someone.
Yeah, and that's going to be another stock lost for Flower. I mean, Blue team is firmly in the lead here. It's the offstage play that we came to know and love from game number 1, but Truck Stop was breaking up the action, tries to cover the high angle with the signature as well, but does launch Anime and notably disarm him off the left side. Flower picks up 3. Seabass worst exchange for that. Tries to make it back, recovery back towards stage. Signature does get picked up easily with the recovery, so now red team perhaps a shot with this team combo, but it does not connect.
Oh, side signature so incredibly close from Flower there, but it's not going to be close enough. Truck Stop Burrito still has that second stock. The side signature is not going to be interrupted in time. That's a stock, and Flower is left in this 1v2.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, like, you can get the stock on Truck Stock, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think Bow is a very amazing 2v1 weapon in general. There's the Seraph from the Spear, though. I mean, this one you have a lot better of an opportunity. Okay, recovery will certainly get the stock. If you can get this on Seabass, it's so doable, but it is just too late. 2-0 now for Seabass and DK11.
Super strong game from them, but I mean, I'm gonna have to call it out. Flower was in flow state there towards the end, looking super strong. I was getting a little bit nervous for Truck Stop Burrito and Seabass there. If Flower is able to keep that kind of energy moving into the next game here, they are definitely still gonna be able to put up a fight here.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, I think in terms of counter picks, you had talked about this at the start of the game, Polly. The smaller walls was probably an intentional pick, the more I'm thinking about it, because of how crazy Anime and Seabass were getting. But as we say, we go to Miami Dome instead, so who knows? Maybe it wasn't intentional.
We are going back to the big walls, setting up hopefully some of those offstage interactions again. And yeah, I have my eyes glued on Flower right now. There's just something in his movement, man. I can't put my fingers on it.
We see see
He's looking
Seabass
good.
already in orange here. The rest of the gang in about yellow-ish territory. Truck stop with the weight. Anime fan off stage, jumps back just towards safety, maybe to back up Flower for just a moment.
Yeah, no, I'm a believer. I'm a believer, Walt. Flower's playing so well, and Anime fan is right up there with him. Already in the lead here in the first interactions. Truck stop Burrito able to find that Sair. Flower unable to get there and help his teammate in time. What a Sair.
Yeah, and I mean, if there's ever a time to lock in right now, it has to be when you're down 2-0 on Elimination side. Once again, could be facing a 13th place finish here. Truck stop Burrito not going to get lost the stock off the top. Anime is just basically a recovery away from losing his.
Okay, Anime fan able to set up for that Sair. Seabass, nice signature, sweeping in there and getting some extra damage on the Flower. What is that pickup from Truck Stop Burrito? Weapon throws to close it out. That's a double knockout.
Really, really pretty stuff from blue team. Ground pound from Truck Stop. Low damage on Anime, so there's really nothing there after the fact. And again, I mean, counter hit from either red team member will just take the stock on Truck Stop, so he needs to play the edge guard a little bit careful. But to your point, Polly, he doesn't play those careful.
So. Anime fan popping off on the cannon, goes for the N-Sig. Would have been massive, but doesn't find its mark. Truck Stop Burrito so damaged, and that stock will finally go down. Neutral light comes out, finds the neutral signature, but it's not going to be the stock.
Recovery was not either. Okay.
Oh, yeah, delayed off, not able to find footing there.
I like this a lot, though. Yeah, you just bat Seabass off the stage, then you can just focus down, sink all your cooldowns into Truck Stop, and as soon as Seabass tries to come back, re-engage into the fight, you can just hit him away again, and maybe it'll get you the stock just like that.
Dude, Flower and Anime fan are looking so solid. It's just that whenever Truck Stop Burrito and Seabass are able to win the interactions, they're always so significant and meaningful.
Okay, but all told, Truck Stop off the right side. Seabass perfectly healthy on this last stock, but a 2-stock deficit to try to come back from to close it out in 3 games.
Right. Finds the D-lights here to throw Seabass off stage. Okay. Going for that side signature. Nice GC side light, but a recovery is going to be enough to get that stock off. They are slightly damaged, but they have the weapon advantage here. Neutral light comes out. Anime fan able to pick up the gauntlets though.
This could be the opportunity for Anime fan and Flower to get on the board though, so let's see. Anime catches one, Nair, chase dodge up, tries to launch all the way down with the ground pound onto Seabass, but it was to no avail. Reversal hit, but yeah, Flower wasn't there. Got the hit, but chase dodged upwards instead. Gets the weight.
The side light. Oh, goes for the exhausted. It was just a little bit misspaced.
Oh,
it's not gonna
meanwhile,
find its mark.
Wait, look at Anime's damage. Look at Anime's damage right now. Okay, cannon's online. Chase dodges through. Okay, doesn't get KO'd. But this is looking bad for red team now.
Back-to-back side lights. Finds that recovery. It's not up for a knockout. Truck Stop Burrito gets one.
Oh, this coverage from the Lance. We saw this in a previous game as well, but Seabass, the miscommunication. It's not going to matter. Okay, didn't disarm. Flower's got one more shot. There's one, but it's not going to matter again. Seabass and Truck Stop will close this set out with a 3-0.
Able to find the punish with the side signature there. What a set from Seabass and Truck Stop Burrito. NA has been really fast today, Walt. We are blazing throughout this bracket. These guys want to get to top 8 quickly.
Oh yeah, I mean, it is just a mad dash for all of our remaining competitors to try to get to that coveted top 8 slot. And unfortunately, Anime Fan and Flower are going to have their run concluded at 13th place for Winter Doubles. But Seabass and DK11, aka Truck Stop, will have a shot for top 8 in their following set.
Massive fan of Seabass and Truck Stop Burrito. Their playstyles always have been, so it's going to be super fun to get to see them further in the bracket. I got to call out, in case anyone isn't aware, I'm a Spear player, level 100 Bryn, probably like 400 levels on Spear in total. Flower, if you're watching this back, you're my GOAT. That was some of the best Spear gameplay I've seen on the side stream today, to be completely honest. And Anime, as I mentioned at the start too, Anime has been hard at work as of recently, so dropping down at 13th, but I honestly think both of those players probably, I have hope for them for the rest of the year here in the esports year.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is looking it's such an interesting thing. This was what we had talked about for Winter Singles to start the esports year, right? Of we don't know who's been grinding, we don't know who's been up and practicing so much, and especially when you consider twos, like who have you been teaming with? Have you even been playing the format? Yeah, it's a very cool situation to be in, and there is just so much left in the year to just see where some of these teams evolve over time. Plus, hey Flower, you got the Polymonto seal of approval. That is a big deal. I want people to know at home that is a huge deal that you got the Poly seal. But with that, bro, I think we are done with our block for the day. I think for the side stream, it is going to be Dara and Slow-Mo who will be bringing this stream home, and then of course over on the mainstream, they will be taking us all the way through the conclusion of the North American bracket.
Yeah, but we are completely finished for this weekend and for this event. So I want to go on ahead very quickly, thank Walt for being an amazing co-caster, and just say that the competition has been absolutely amazing. Without any further ado, we won't be sitting here yapping for the rest of the day. There's games to be played and there's Brawlhalla to be had. We'll see you guys at a different event. Take care until then.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Brawlhalla Winter Doubles Championships of 2025. We are in elimination side of top 32, and we have 5 more matches coming your way. I am joined by the one and only Slow-Mo. Slow-Mo, how you doing today, my friend? How you feeling?
I am well. It's North America. It's Sunday. Sorry, my camera did a thing there. It's North America. It's Sunday. I'm seeing lots and lots of good teams that are still in contention here. I'm very interested in the Sandstorm Stingray story and how that transpires throughout the rest of the afternoon. Of course, we still got Bloom Boy and Hideway doing their thing up there, getting ready to go up against Gucciu and Hexo.
That's a cool team, by the way. I feel like, I'm kind of fangirling over that team. Sandstorm, Stingray, pretty sick, but it does seem like they did end up dropping the Game 5. They did just get knocked down into elimination side, which means that you and I have the pleasure of seeing that team. So, 2 of my favorites.
Oh, snap. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
That'd be a good set.
What else do we have in the winner's side? What else do we got happening?
It looks like on winner's side, we got MarkyMoo and Future Bubble. We're going to go up against Rise and Soul. Bunny and Raid have already solidified their spot up in top 8. Of course, as you just said, Faking Hybrid have got their top 8 spot. Looks like coming down to elimination side, MegD and Raish just 3-0'd Clem and Chef Don. So we're going to be finding out who they go up against here in a little bit, which it looks like should have that set as well. So we got lots of good things, but we are going to be starting out with, who did we have? We had Osino and Faison going up against Faith and Allah.
I'm going to go with LA on this one. So, Faith and LA, this is not a team that I have seen before. These are not players that I'm the most familiar with, but it does seem like they both have gotten into the top 32 a handful of times, but Faison and Osino, definitely the ones a little bit more comfortable going into this. Faison, of course, everybody knows him, everybody loves him. He got 52 top 8 placements in total, so they are the ones that are seeded to do well here. How did Osino and Faison even get knocked down into elimination side to begin with? That's the question that I have, and it seems like they lost their set against Gucciu and Hexo, which is quite the team. Oh my gosh, Gucciu and Hexo. I want to see how they're gonna do today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was actually saw AJ Moore's tweet, and he was listing off a bunch of teams that he was interested in and watching today, and it is quite a mix-up for Winter Championships in North America. Should be a very, very fun afternoon.
That's right, but it seems like our legend picks are going to be all the same. Fate going to be on the Dalsim. We're going to be seeing Ale on the Telos, Faison on, of course, the Woosh, and from Assassino, we're going to be seeing the Ulgrim. As per usual, the Wooshang Ulgrim team composition, the legend pairing, is tried and true. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves it for the combo starters and their survivability. The Dalsim, aka the Rayman, what we're going to expect is a lot of crazy edge guard attempts. We're going to see how they're going to be able to go off stage, but already Assassino and Faison starting off strong.
Yes, we are in store for some more inspirational Wooshang and Ulgrim gameplay. Should have plenty of that for us this afternoon as we kind of get into the beginning few seconds of game number 1 here. Nice neutral light from Assassino.
Oh, what a neutral light.
Wait.
Oh, that's the kind of reversals.
Faison's
Beautiful GC D-Light to be able to go ahead and finish that one off. What an edge guard for the red team. Although looking for a way to be able to make it back on Faith. That is such a strong way to open off the stock. Now left without a weapon. How are you going to be able to land? You pop out that end light.
No, it's a great opportunity to get that early stock lead, but we see red team stocks are falling, and now Assassino looking very, very healthy on his opening stock, taking it out really good for his team here. Red team, though, getting the ground in position. Ooh, took him all the way up in the sky, couldn't convert anything off of it, though.
Nice little 2-piece there, good little team combo. The end light into the sider. Faith looking for a way to be able to land here, jumping off the stage, not able to space out that D-light, just eating a side light and a neutral air. Faison backing up a little bit here, trying to go through this edge guard maybe. Not able to connect the down air, but really good coverage from Assassino anyways. Still able to get that side light neutral air. D-Sig comes without.
Ooh, nice side sig.
Okay, huge side sig.
Ooh, and a down sig coming from the Ulgrim. That is gonna go ahead and knock out on that top of 45. Kind of reset back down here in neutral. Assassino gonna send him all the way out, but a nice reversal. Gonna go ahead and punish that, send him out off that stock. And
yeah, Faison completely unbothered the unfortunate friendly fire, the end light on the wrong foe, and as a result, Faith gonna be eating quite a bit of damage from that team combo. The cider from the finisher. Beautiful stuff from Faison. Blue team is looking unstoppable.
Oh, now it is that 2v1 situation. He does have a full stock to play with, but going up against 4 is going to be a little tough, even with that heavy hitting power of the Taros. See what, ooh, okay, just get them to hit each other. That might be the tech.
Yeah, Faison and Osino, they can just play safe. Okay, sure. Yeah, you could just eat that. You could just eat that end light and it's just fine.
Oh. Coming down with the Sayer. Whiffing though, gonna get stuck in the D-Light. And he's just gonna take a stroll off the side of the stage and say, go next.
So that was a pretty good game one from Faison and Osino. I do have to say, I do like some of the offstage gameplay that we've seen from Faith. But already the thing that we're seeing coming out is they are splitting up the red team. And they're able just to find all of these different team combos, like we're seeing in the replay here. They're able to really maximize their damage output. They're converting hits into one another. They're following up off of one another. So we're going into the next game. It didn't feel like Faith and Ale, they had like much synergy. They didn't seem to have too much presence in that game one. Faison and Osino just playing off of each other so well. We'll see what kind of adjustments they can make. But, you know, again, the seed still favors Faison and Osino.
As it should. But no, I am interested to see what kind of adjustments Red Team's going to make. But you pointed out perfectly the synergy with Blue Team here, playing together so well. Just like that, the D-Light, picking up both Red members, getting him off of his teammate. Faison hitting the signature, letting it rip. Go ahead and get in the stock early. Okay, they're coming out here in full force in game number 2, Dara.
Opting to play it a little bit safe. Oh, Faison able to connect that side light. You catch the dodge there with the neutral. Nicely done. Osino juggling with the neutral side light into the D light because that was the close spacing of the side light. Nicely done. Red team is getting juggled into oblivion. Faison hunting for those recoveries. The end light's able to come out. Oh, Blue team. Oh, the axe swings. Osino is crushing it.
The absolute brutality of game number 2 right here. Okay, finally we're seeing some breath of life out of Red Team as they push Faison off the stage. But Blue Team has just come out with such a force. Stock is going to come off of Faison, unarmed on stage. Going to go ahead and get the lance, but for what?
Nice.
Just to catch a side sig going off to finish it up. And Red Team, a really great job kind of bringing things back together. If they can bring some of this damage back, setting up the team combo.
Okay.
Dara, okay, they're digging in and fighting back.
Fighting back, but alas, against the D-Sig, well, there's only so much fighting you can do. Blue team going to be holding down that lead. Osino closing out the stock so nicely here. Backing off, looking for that end light, able to find it. Nice punish from Faith. You saw them sneak in and find that D-Light. N-Sig comes out, gets with punish by the side. The positions keep on getting exchanged, but Faith has put himself off stage. No punish quite yet. But, again, Blue team, look how much of a lead they have. Look how much damage Ale has onto him at the moment. Anything can take that stock. Well, maybe 2 things can take that stock on Teros, but he's got to keep himself in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing a pretty good job, though. As I say that, getting caught in an arm attack. Almost got taken out by his teammate there. Nice. I believe that was a Sayer. Dominating, coming out from the Dhalsim. Looking fantastic. Oh, weapon throw over. No, the recovery is going to hit, and that is his stock. 3 stocks to 2. This is doable, but a very, very difficult 2v1 situation. Fighting back on arm. Sweatbeat's coming out. Osino's going to catch a landing. Weapon throw up to keep him up in the air, but continuing to fight back on arm, doing everything he can in this 2v1.
Everything he can might not be enough when you are fighting against a 3-stock lead like this. Faith, it looks like this game 2 is probably going to end up going to the Blue team. Going off stage here, we've already seen the kinds of combos that Blue team has established. Of course, anything is possible in a 2 setting, but you know, Faith opting to play it quite safe at the moment.
I mean, he can get no matter what. Yeah, all they need is to set up with a 1-team combo. I mean, you're talking players with this much experience. Oh yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Nicely done. How do you make it back onto the stage here, Faith? Okay, just jumping around, playing as floaty as possible. Not gonna be able to pick up that weapon. Faison nicely covering with that end light as well. Faith just being denied from playing the game here.
Yeah. That should wrap it up right there. He's gonna have a hard time coming back to stage. He does touch. How is, you know, all the times this game says I haven't touched when I think I have, and that somehow was a touch. That's crazy.
Is that it?
And what a way to finish him off with the weapon throw. That was not necessary.
All right, sure, we'll take it. I feel like we are seeing a repeat of what happened in the last game, which is that, again, blue team they're separating red team. Blue team combos are looking quite a bit stronger. And I'm also really liking the way that Faison and Osino are covering each other's space. Right? One of them's on the ground whenever they set up that double juggle. That was so good. They got all the D-lights, they got all the recoveries that they were looking for. So we're going into the next game. Feels like red team has a handful of adjustments they need to make, but right now I do have the blue team going into this one.
Yeah, a handful I think might be an understatement. A lot of adjustments are going to need to be done. Faith staying on that Dalsum, Ale staying on the Taros. More Aang, more Olgrim, but I mean, what can you do? It's working, Dara, and it's working so well for them. Fantastic job just dominating the set so far as we settle into game number 3. See if blue team's gonna be able to push their momentum here, or if we have some answers from red team.
We'll have to find out. Already Faison trying to get so aggressive onto Ale, landing back down with the downer. Unfortunate friendly damage there for just a second. Ale fighting back, looking for the GC end light unsuccessfully. The recovery ends up connecting onto the red team again. Red team stepping on each other's toes a little bit, but good damage. Nice side sig. Okay, Faith in an excellent position at the moment.
Okay, I know we are only 30 seconds in, but adjustments seem to be being made. Faison and Osino have not been able to set up those team combos at all in the first minute of the game. The damage is pretty much completely even. Playing a lot more cautious, a lot more careful. Nice side sig coming out. Okay, we might have a game here. Ooh, big Osair, but nice little trade. Gonna send Osino down there, but not any sort of follow-up. Faison is right there to shut it all down.
Yeah, what a side sig after that Endlight just calling out Faith's movement. Faison gonna be deep off stage. Faith going out there and is able to successfully connect the D-Sig. The side comes out, trying to slide off with that side sig as well. Not gonna find its target. Osino makes it back onto the stage. It is Olgrim, but even Olgrim is not gonna be tanky enough to hold on to that stock after the recovery. So it is 2 stocks apiece. The game is just about as even as it could be. I really like how Faith has been picking up the momentum here.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is a stark contrast from what we've seen in the first 2 games.
Oh, Ale.
Ooh, he made it back up,
made it back up
and bringing some damage with the unarmed, trying to get down there to that weapon spawn, has it hammer in hand, chasing, sharking across the ground here. Can he go after Faison? No, Faison's there to stop the momentum. Osino is going to go ahead and get the toss off to the right side of the stage, though. Faison, great
Nice
follow-up,
combo.
great awareness, and getting right down to catch the landing off the Taros.
No punish on the recovery though. Faith gonna get away with that one. The DC comes out. Amazing interruption. Dashing in there with the sidelight. But it still is not going to be enough. Blue team, both members, taking a stock out on either side. And now red team is down to last stock apiece.
Yeah, so much for things being even. Blue team has brought it back. Oh, reaching with the Nair. Stomp Sair is going to go ahead and catch its mark, but it's not going to confirm as he makes it back up on stage. Faison putting that spear to use. Not big dare, followed up with a Sair. That was huge, and a big O scoop. That was a banger play from red team.
Yeah, that was such good patience, especially from Ale, just backing up, able to find that stomp sail. And then, of course, the follow-up from, Faith was really nicely done. The neutral air, the double neutral air, oh, that was almost it. That could have been crazy. And now, it's last stock apiece. Red team is taking quite a bit of a beating here. Faison now going to be probably hunting for that sidelight. Does not matter. Gets swatted off stage without a weapon. Ale coming back down, but leaning in a little bit too far through that sider and wasn't able to connect it. Sidelight neutral air, true combo, but then just jumps right into the sider as Osino is landing on the way back down. Can he make it back on against Faison? The answer is yes, he can, but left weaponless. Red team split apart from each other.
They want any chance at all. They've got to get Faison out of here right now. But now they've got enough damage on Osino. They need to get that 2v1 situation. That's desperately what they need. Okay, gonna play it safe, trying to catch landing. Could not get it over on the left side, but we see it breaking out on the right side.
Sidelight recovery.
The double recovery.
That picked up both of them.
Bro, hit him with the recovery, the double knockout. What a way. Run me those replays, production. Run me those replays. That was absolutely insane.
So I wasn't expecting sidelight recovery to hit both of them. I don't know if Faith was intending on that either, but I think Faith is just pretty happy about that. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, one more time, please and thank you.
Oh.
Sorry, production. Hit it again, if possible.
Oh yeah, that's so good. So
Was
good.
it the neutral that set up into that? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Last stock, please and thank you. So what happened here?
Oh, just perfect.
Oh no!
Tossed him over
Faison just
perfectly.
landed. Faison just landed right into the sidelight. That's crazy. Okay, well, feels bad for Faison. If I'm Faith, I am over the moon at the moment. 705 damage dealt that last game. That's a lot, especially if you consider that everybody else has dealt 421, both members of Blue Team dealing 471 each exactly. So Faith, really good job, really clutching out that game. But I have to say, we have started to see a little bit more of the synergy come out between these two. They're starting to set up into each other, right? They're starting to hit their opponents into one another. And as a result, they're really capitalizing, getting the most out of each interaction. I'm really liking a lot of Faith's offstage gameplay. Let's see how Red Team is going to be able to hold this down in game 4. Really nicely done.
Oh yeah, very nicely done indeed. Especially, I mean, just the mental aspect of being down 2-0 against a team like Faison and Osino, and you know, getting beat badly in those first 2 games, to be able to pull it together, get that synergy going, and not just win, but do it in style. There was a couple great team exchanges there, and just a great job to keep the set alive. I mean, of course, this is elimination run. They're trying to keep it going, but they do need 2 more against this absolute powerhouse team.
I was being a little bit pessimistic. I think when this set started, especially after the first 2 games, I mean, we saw how the first 2 games went. Faison and Osino, they won, and they won pretty confidently. Next game, game 4, we're going to be Miami Dome. Let's see how it's going to go this time around. We're not going to be seeing any swaps on the Legends here at all. Okay, Osino starting this juggle. Nicely done with that end light. Good pickup from Faison.
A little friendly fire there. Oh, gonna let things get a little out of control over on the right side. Oh, the
Okay,
nair.
we're probably getting called out with the neutral.
3
We're probably
nairs.
neutral again. Faith is going crazy off stage, keeping it safe though with the desync. Doesn't want to do anything, you know, too crazy and overcommit. Just making sure to look out for his teammate.
Well, great job not to panic as well. You know, he's sitting over there getting caught with all those nairs. Great job not to panic. Keep aware of what your options are and just keep things moving. As we see Osino and Faison moving things swiftly, as we see a lot of damage being put out over on the left side.
Oh.
Catching a little friendly fire there, but they recover from it pretty quickly. Oh, looking for the fish. There it is. Go ahead and catch him on stage. Oh, lay down the signature
nice
and then gets
dodge,
punished with this.
Osino almost found that side.
Oh, he hit him with the down sig. That is super unfortunate.
Going out the huge ground pound. Oh my god. That was the most axe ground pound I've ever seen in my life. Ale also finding that D-Light sail. All of a sudden, both members of Red Team up a stock. Blue Team losing a little bit of momentum after they dropped that double edge guard when Osino ended up side-sigging onto Faison. So, bit of a pivotal moment here. Let's see if they'll be able to clean up one of these stocks. Indeed, they will. Faith's first stock is gone, but Ale is continuing to... Okay. I'll stop talking.
Yeah, it never fails, Dara. It never fails. Things all pretty much evened up here in game number 4. Faison laying down the D-Light. Not a whole lot of follow-up afterwards. He's floating around, trying to be very careful. Ale cannot hit the neutral. Faison reach up and... No, playing it careful. Trying to catch that landing. Almost exclusively trying to get those landings.
Osino coming
Nice.
back on, able to get the sidelight neutral, but now finds himself off stage. Ale not able to get the neutral juggle. Okay, Faith looking for it all with the sidelight recovery, the 50-50. Not coming out though, but fully drifting into the ground pound. Are you going to be able to find the double? Not quite. Faison still just barely avoiding the desig, but Faith is going crazy in this offstage gameplay. Faison thinking that he can go out there and do the same, but Faith has other words for him. You must have Faith playing so amazing right now.
Oh yeah, Faith is absolutely going insane and not letting up. Healthiest on the map, staying over on the side, waiting on his teammate to go ahead and spawn in. Reaching up with the nair, trying to push the pressure just a little bit more. Faison and Osino trying to stay together here, set up some sort of interaction, but not being able to find any offense. Finally, a nair comes out, but scooped right up by Ale.
Osino holding down the stage, but an amazing interruption from Faith once again. What is Ale going to be able to do here? Well, the answer is get sidelighted by his own teammate and then eat a sider. Faison and Osino, good cleanup onto Faith's stock there. Ale fighting for his life at the moment, because look at what happens if you do not. Now it is a 2v1, and the question is, does blue team have those? Do they have those 2v1 combos? Can they hold this down? Or is Faith going to be able to make a comeback? With how well Faith was playing, blue team has to be a little bit careful, but this does look like their game and their set right now.
Yeah, the tides turned very quickly, didn't they? That went from even to blue team very, very, very fast. Faison reaching. Oh, easy nair. Oh, they're going to follow that up. That's an easy stock. They handed it over to him. Fair enough, though. Faison and Osino going to go ahead and get the job done in game number 4. But they're going to be moving on to take on Zen and Experience. So good luck with that.
Okay, well, still, you know what, I have to say nicely done to Faith, especially the offstage gameplay was pretty crazy.
Sure.
I don't really know what the intention behind that side A was, because it was not close to hitting Faison there, but nice follow-up there, nice little team combo to be able to close that one out. Osino and Faison, they played super, super well. I loved Faith's offstage gameplay, but it does seem like, you know, the team comp wasn't perhaps as secure, as strong as Faison's and Osino's. They seem to be a little bit more consistent overall. So that does mean that Faith and Ale are out of the tournament. Osino and Faison will be moving on into the top 8 elimination qualifying match, where their opponent, they have a pretty tough team ahead of them. They have Zen and Experience, the one and only.
Yeah, that's it's gonna be a rough game. It should be a very good one. We are fortunately gonna have the privilege of looking at it here in just a little bit, but first, we have one we were talking about earlier. We are finally going to take a look at Sandstorm and Stingray going up against Snowy and Scent.
So this one is pretty exciting,
Yes.
I have to say, because Sandstorm and Stingray, 2 players that we're all very, very well familiar with. Sandstorm, the GOAT, one of the best to ever do it. I'm curious if he's going to be playing today. Last week in ones, I believe we got to see a little bit of Loki coming out from him. And so right now I'm seeing him locked into the Imugi. And Stingray, of course, Lance extraordinaire, always just has like such amazing showings anytime that we get to see him, especially at LANs. And so I'm curious to see how the two of them will play together. Have they teamed with each other in the past?
I mean, I don't have it open in front of me, but I cannot remember a time where I've seen the Sandstorm Stingray team. That's kind of gnarly. Sandstorm being on the Imugi is also kind of gnarly. I mean, of course, it's nice that we're seeing something different. I'm gonna keep pointing it out. I don't care. It's nice that we get to see something different besides the Ulgrim and Wusheng. And we're continuing to get the mix-up as it looked like Snowy came in, and the Rayman would make sense, or we're gonna see an Onyx out of Snowy, one or the other.
So Great Sword and twos is really interesting. So I'm curious to see how Sandstorm is going to be able to wield this Imugi, because Great Sword really likes to play a single-player game, and it really likes to be on the stage. So what does that mean? Either Stingray, you have to lob both opponents onto Imugi, just so that you can really get your extended Great Sword strings, or you want to go ahead and get at least one of them off stage, right? So that Great Sword can do Great Sword things. Otherwise, if Sandstorm is going to be opting to play on the axe, everybody knows how good of a weapon axe is in twos. Okay, next, we have Snowy and we have Scent. We're going to be seeing the Rayman and the Ulgrim composition. We saw the Dhalsim previously, the crossover of Rayman, and we know why he's so good in twos. It is because you have access to some of the best signatures, so quick, so difficult to punish, especially when it comes to the offstage gameplay, but you also have a lot of mobility and you have a lot of movement, which with Axe, what does that mean? You get to jump all over the place and just find a whole bunch of down airs. You gotta find a whole bunch of down airs, you gotta find a whole bunch of spikes. So we'll see what the offstage gameplay is like from Snowy. And I have to say, I can't say I'm the most familiar with Scent.
I'm not either. I mean, it is a name that I have seen and heard, but I am interested to see how he pairs up with Snowy here. Snowy is a 2v2, a world champion. He got it done with Boomy. So we're gonna see. So this is a game mode that he is very familiar with, and should put up a good fight for Sandstorm and Stingray. But so far, the stock already falling off of Scent.
Yes. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Oh, Sandstorm able to quickly find that 3-piece as well. Sent gonna be off stage here. Stingray going out there with the GCD light. Chase dodging up, putting himself back onto the stage, but still continuing that edge guard with that neutral. Really, really nicely done. So much damage onto the board. Blue team is looking excellent. Sent though, picking up that end light. Not able to get the end light backwards. Sandstorm a little bit too far back. Is Stingray gonna be able to make it back onto the stage? And the answer is yes, he will. As the signature actually just ends up connecting onto Sandstorm.
Yeah, the good thing they were able to go ahead and get that stock. Poor things got too far out of control here because Sandstorm and Stingray are looking fantastic. I mean, it's Sandstorm and Stingray. Of course they're going to look fantastic. Snowy fighting back in the middle of the stage here. Ooh.
Snowy jumping. Snowy trying to land and is able to do so. Finds a neutral, goes out there for a ground pound, but alas, the recovery is just able to swat him away. Sent playing back a little bit here. Some would say a little bit too back because that didn't connect on anybody. But you know what? Still, 2 stocks gone. The red team is keeping it even, but they have a lot of damage to make up.
They do have a slight stock advantage. They're continuing to try and grow here as they're putting the pressure on Stingray. Snowy going low. Nobody there to put the punish on him. That could have been big for blue team.
Okay.
Snowy with the recovery on Stingray. Pressure coming against Sandstorm.
Sandstorm so deep off stage. The recovery is able to come out successfully, and Sandstorm covering his teammates back and letting him get back on. Sandstorm now in last stock. Stingray deep into the red, but now they have the stock advantage. The double edge guard. Red team stacked. Snowy throwing out the hands 2 times now. Double side sig, and then the sider off stage. Sent not able to clean it up with the ground pound though.
Oh, Snowy coming back up on stage with the ground pound. Ooh, Sarah is gonna send him down to the bottom 45. Oh, he didn't touch. He didn't
It's a
touch.
1-2.
What is happening? They're falling apart. They came out with so much force, so much aggression, and Snowy and
What
Sid.
a D-light, side light, neutral again, weapon toss, tries to pick up with the end light as well. Stingray is suffering. The GC side light is not going to be able to connect. Stingray is left without a weapon. They're trying to starve him of one here. Not able to pick it up. Good interruption with the D-light, hitting his own teammate, but it does not matter. Snowy and Sent looking so good right now.
Yeah, double axe coming up against Stingray. That is the gravity cancel D-Sig is going to go ahead and catch. Going to send him out of there, and that puts Stingray and Sandstorm down a 1-0. Wow. Well, I don't know what we're going to see here in game number 2. This is interesting. The adaptation in the middle of the game from Snowy and Sent in game 1 was actually really impressive. We're going back to Demon Island. No legend swaps across the board.
There is something I would like to see.
Yes.
Which is perhaps a little bit more damage from Sandstorm.
Yeah.
That last game, that was 248 damage dealt. Not trying to throw shade here, but that's not a lot. That's not a lot.
No.
Stingray had to carry a little bit more of the damage out with that game. And so again, Greatsword can be a bit of a tricky weapon in 2s. We'll see how it ends up working out this time around. Getting in there with the D-Light. Sandstorm opting to pick up the axe now. They got the juggle set up once again. Sidelight in the wrong direction though. Sandstorm not able to catch that landing.
Couldn't catch it. Playing high up in the air with the axe. Snowy though, back and forth. They're exchanging blows over here. Rayman and the Amugi. Snowy going back for more.
Oh, Sandstorm. Huge punish. Snowy landing back down, going for a recovery, eating a recovery from Stingray instead, and is now left weaponless. I don't know what that recovery was from Sent, but now he finds himself eating an end light. None of Sandstorm's signatures have been connecting thus far, but that's okay. Still got a whole game ahead of him.
Yeah, he's having a hard time of finding damage output. Snowy's just right there in his face with another Sair, sending him way off. Weapon throw up is going to save his stock.
Oh, the weapon toss!
But the ground pound is going to go ahead and finish it off. Stingray's in trouble too, but nobody had the options to get over there and put any pressure on him.
They almost got the double edge guard. That would have been so huge for the red team, but now Stingray, alas, the classic. You whip cider just above axe, and they're able to endlight you on all of your end lag on the way back down. The ground pound, not enough to KO Snowy across the stage here. Sent, able to get the jump call out, converging right back onto Sandstorm, but that is finally going to be Sent's first stock gone. Snowy is playing out of his mind.
That's what Snowy does. Sandstorm not getting anything out from this greatsword. So, there we go. Finally going to put the greatsword to work. Going to catch Snowy. No, the neutral sig hits.
Okay.
Sends Snowy way. Snowy gets sent way over though. Going to go ahead and confirm the stock.
You like the recovery?
No, Stingray
Oh,
cannot
it's Demon
confirm
Island.
it.
You're not going to cheese those
No.
out. Yeah. Sidelight neutral. True two-piece there. Tries to go through the D-Sig. Stingray able to get the hit in at the same time as Sandstorm.
Snowy.
Oh.
Chill out, bro. He is playing out of his mind right now. He is everywhere all at once, staying out of harm's way, taking very, very minimal damage. He's everywhere, Dara.
Oh, and Sandstorm landing right back down into the side of Stingray is going off stage. He's getting greedy. He knows that he is out there. He may as well at least try to get a stock through all of his troubles. He makes it back on. He finds the recovery anyways. Huge combo potential, but Stingray a little bit too late with the downer. Unfortunately, gonna drop that combo.
And there we go. They have now taken the lead. Snowy holding on to that second stock. Sandstorm and Stingray trying to figure this out. Oh, that is so unfortunate.
That's not a...
That might
Definitely
cost
not
the game
what
right
Sent
there.
would have wanted. Sent off stage in a nasty position. Snowy has to go out there to save him and does so successfully. Sent trying to make it back on to help out Snowy now. It's your turn to help out. You got to do some of the work. Sidelight, neutral, not going to be able to confirm as Snowy just drifts back.
He's so good at playing that floaty across the stage. Throwing out the side sig. Oh, fadeaway stare from Stingray is going to send Snowy off stage. What? How did he get through that?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. Sent picking up the axe, looking for a huge jump call. I'm not going to be able to find it. Sandstorm, I love that chase dodge after the sidelight. That was so, so good. Popping out the signature there, finding a sider as well. Snowy being forced to fight this 1v2 and is not going to be able to do it as blue team holds it down. They held down their lead. That chase dodge, that was so, so, so good. Typically, after X hits a sidelight, what is the thing that you expect? You expect an immediate neutral. If they're feeling a little crazy, you might see jump sider, jump recovery. But chase dodging in and then target switching onto the enemy was not something that they were ready for at all. So just a really, really good switch up.
No, that was unfortunate. That ground pound was rough. That friendly fire ground pound that took that stock away from Snowy, that really may have cost them the game right there. That is so unfortunate. Snowy had a good amount of health still left in that stock. He was playing fantastically, but taking that stock just kind of took the wind out of their sails and allowed Sandstorm and Stingray to go ahead and steal it away from him. But we're going right back to Demon Island, run it back.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So another thought that I do have is a lot of the last stock and a half, it felt like, or at least the last stock, Sent was left without a weapon. Sent was the one that was like really afraid of getting KO'd. And so he ended up playing on the side of the stage. He ended up playing back and wasn't really as much of a factor to help his teammate. You gotta make sure they have a weapon on hand. You really gotta make sure that you're able to stop those kinds of combos from happening like that with a really nice sidelight interruption. So we'll have to see how that goes into the next game. Okay? Sandstorm looking for the sidelight. Not gonna be able to find it.
Oh, there we go. The neutral light is going to go ahead and catch. Weapon throw coming out. Going to keep Stingray out of the action. Oh, bodies are flying off the side of the stage here now. Sandstorm fishing, looking for it, can't find it. The neutral sig is going to get punished, but Snowy being sent way over the left side, and now Sent being sent way over. And just back and forth, Stingray putting in big work on that lance.
Popping out that D-Sig, that is going to be enough to take out Sent's first stock. Snowy left looking for a way to be able to land and then just ends up finding a side sig. Wow. Just smacking Stingray in the face for being a little bit too greedy with the signatures there. Okay, Sandstorm is now stock tanking for the blue team here. He was stock tanking for the blue team as he just immediately eats a sider.
Sent's actually put in some good damage this game so far. Backing up Snowy a lot better. Ooh, Sandstorm, big O string from that great sword. He's back in center stage, looking for another one, laying down the down sig. Can't get anything with it. Sent's gonna catch him. Ooh, a cheeky little down air. Gonna put Sandstorm right back onto the stage.
Sandstorm holding onto the ground here, looking for that sidelight, immediately switching back up onto Sent with that side sig. Stingray just swatting away Sent, keeping him out of the game. Snowy fighting his way back down. Such a good neutral, and now left Sandstorm looking for a way to be able to land. Finds himself in between both members of the red team. Snowy put back onto another juggle, and the landing gets caught with the D-Sig. No stock yet. They're both off stage. Stingray not going to be able to make it back. Snowy with the optimal edge guard. The punish on the side sig as well. Snowy is out of his mind.
He didn't stop. He just ran right back over the left side, put another Sayer into the mix. He is on his final stock. Sent is being the healthiest on the board here, but things are looking super good, honestly, for both these teams right now. This is really, really close. Stingray and Sandstorm are starting to come together a little better. We're seeing Scent step up this game. Big neutral sig from Stingray. Can't get anything to Sandstorm there to clean it up.
You don't typically see great sort of grab pound connect, but what it does, you're like, oh wow, that I felt that hurts. So it is last stock apiece. Scent is looking so healthy at the moment. Amazing setup, such good damage dealt onto Stingray. Snowy though, not going to be losing his stock yet.
Oh, no.
He's off stage. The friendly fire that could be pivotal.
But I think it's
they
okay.
both make it back on. What a save!
Snowy trying to find a route. He is able to find one, but right into the
Yes.
great sword of Sandstorm. Snowy is out of this game, and now Sandstorm and Stingray can go to work on Scent. Should be pretty easy pickings for them as long as they don't get anything too crazy here.
Axe on hand, nice chase dodge after the sidelight, knowing that if he went through the neutral, that he would just immediately get interrupted and punished. Picking up the lance, whipping the sidelight, no punish. The call out with the recovery. You have a few seconds to get some damage on, but it is not going to matter. Too preoccupied with looking at Stingray, and Sandstorm lands back down and says, hey, you forgot about me? You forgot that I was going to come back down and I have axe? Okay, cool. Eat the side. That was a little bit tense. That was a little bit scary.
It's a good set.
There was a couple of moments where there was some friendly fire between Stingray and Sandstorm, and I physically just like my whole body like tensed up in real time. So they did still manage to take out that game, but I have to say Snowy and Scent, they are looking phenomenal.
And they are one game away from getting it done. Of course, we're going back to Demon Island. I don't think any of these players have a problem with this. Stingray, sidelight over, big whiff, big huge team combo. Oh, they're
sidelight
oh!
neutral.
There was no finisher,
recovery.
but it doesn't even matter. That was so clean. It's some good early damage output from red team.
Surprised that Scent opted to play that so safely. It felt like that was like the best time to go for like a jump downer. Goes out there through the ground pound. That's going to be the jump downer from before. Okay, Sandstorm making it back on for just a second, but Snowy is going to try to put him off stage again and again. Nicely done. Sidelight interruption. Tries to get into the side. Scent coming back on. Switching back up onto Stingray. Snowy with the unfortunate friendly fire.
Listen, didn't result in a stock. That signature might, though. Oh, no. Sandstorm being
Nice.
sent out. Snowy going to get behind Stingray here. Some pressure being put on. Snowy doesn't have a weapon. Can he get one? Gauntlets in hand. There he goes. Coming down with the dare. Trying to catch Sandstorm. Can't catch him, though. Oh, unarmed recovery from Sandstorm is going to send Snowy up in the air, but he's fighting back with those gauntlets,
Excited.
completely unfazed.
Snowy is looking unmatched, but that's going to be 2 stocks cleaned up by Stingray. Really nicely done. So, going on to the next stock here, Stingray looking so deep into the ground. Just about anything to take that out at this point. But lance on hand, okay. Tries to go in through, tries to get the dodge read as well. Had the right idea, but Stingray positioning his dodge so well.
Ooh,
The GCD sig is not going to do it. He put himself off stage. Oh, the GCN sig, excuse me. And he finds himself losing his stock.
Yeah, the weapon throw coming down and taking away his last option to get back up on stage. Oh, Stingray, nice dare. Coming back down with the dare. Whiffs, though. Sandstorm being sent out. Now they get the 2v1 situation on Stingray, and they swap right back over Sandstorm as soon as he comes back up on stage. Huge recovery off the Great Sword. Reaching out with the signature, gets punished by Snowy as he is now fishing. Oh, gets caught with the neutral sig and sent up to that top 45. But Scent might be in trouble
can
too.
you make it back on?
What?
The answer is no. Even if Sandstorm can't connect the downer, if he was even a couple more pixels to the right, he just would have gotten spiked. Cider comes out. It is able to take out Sandstorm's second stock.
Oh, coming on with a recovery to get back up on stage. Snowy mixing things up a little bit. Ooh, the big whiff off of the side sig. Sandstorm reaching, trying to find that starter. He got it, finished it.
Wow.
Snowy's out of here. This is gonna be the set right here, Dar.
Sidelight downer. I don't know if you'll be able to make this comeback. This is so tough.
No.
It is 1 stock to 3. Stingray. Yeah, that's just going to be it. There's nothing else that you can do there. Really nicely done from Sandstorm and Stingray.
Yeah, Stingray and Sandstorm are going to be moving forward here as they get the dub in the set against Snowy and Scent. Unfortunate to see them go. Could have been a good run from them, but unfortunately they ran into a couple of the literal best players of all time. So we're able to get the job done there. Sandstorm and Stingray now have their elimination top 8 spot secured as we move on to our next game.
Yeah. I gotta say, nice showing for both of these teams. Snowy and Scent, I do still feel like they played quite well.
Oh, yeah.
Snowy especially. Every time that I get to see Snowy play, I'm like, oh, he looks better than the last time. He was so aggressive. I loved the way that he just switched up. He was so good with his target switches. But as the set went on with Stingray and Sandstorm, they felt a little bit more comfortable playing around each other. They felt a little bit more comfortable covering each other's space. And Stingray did a really good job closing that game. So, nicely done to them. That means that Stingray and Sandstorm will be moving on throughout top 8 elimination side. That is the end of Snowy and Scent for today, for this weekend. And we have 3 more matches on elimination side coming on up.
We do. We have Zen Experience going up against Osino and Faison. We got MegD and Raish sitting here trying to wait and see who they're going to be going up against. I believe between MarkyMoo and Flower and Rise and Soul, or Future Bubble. I apologize, MarkyMoo and Future Bubble. And then Gucciu and Hexo going up against Seabass and DK11. So we have some bangers down here.
That's right, we sure do. But I do believe before we get into those matches that we'll be jumping over to... Wait, will we be jumping to a break? I don't know. I think production jumped in.
Yeah. I think it's break time.
It's break time.
Feels
Okay.
like break time.
Slow-mo, send us off in that case.
Bye-bye!
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Welcome back, all you lovely people, for your side stream coverage of a North American Winter Championship 2v2s. I am back with the wonderful Dara, and we have some more banger North American sets for you. What's going on?
That's right. Well, we are just going to be jumping into the next one. We have one of the teams of all time of NA. We have Experience and Zen going up against Faison and Osino. Now, some of you might be asking me, hey, why are they in elimination side? Why are they fighting to get into top 8 through here? Well, it's because Experience and Zen got knocked down in a 3-0 by Bunny and Raid, which is huge, amazing for them, excellent stuff. We're going to be seeing the return of Faison and Osino, Experience and Zen on the Onyx and the Wushang, aka the Ang, and Faison now going to be on the Hattori and Osino on the Blin.
All right, let's see what we got here. We're going to start out on Miami Dome. I think this could be an absolute battle. These are two very, very good teams. I think this could be a lot of fun.
Experience. Okay, jumping right into the neutral. Faison able to get the D-Light pickup there. Nicely done. Holding onto the stage now for just a second. Experience gonna be whipping that end light. Right now they're just exchanging positions, exchanging hits. Experience holding on to that end sig. That was such a good bait. That was so well done. You know why he was able to do that? Because Zen was above him and ready to cover with the downer. That was an amazing setup. That was so good.
Very, very good indeed. And they're coming out playing really, really good. Except Experience being sitting down Zen right there to make sure in case needs to help him back up. But they're coming out and taking absolute control of game number 1. This is brutal.
Oh, Experience, relax.
This
Going
is
off
brutal.
stage, it does not matter because Zen is there and ready to cover. Experience closing it out once again. This match, this is Experience and Zen all the way. They are not letting Faison and Osino even play the game. D-Light, downer, Zen not able to get the downer pickup. The N-Sig is able to come out. Osino's D-Sig is able to come out. But at this point, it is 2 stocks to 5, 2 stocks to 4. Is it too late already?
Wow. A minute 30 in, and how far we have come in this first game. His Experience goes off stage. Zen's gonna follow up with this Sarah, and that was brutal. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna be nice about it. That was just ugly. Faison being held to 121 damage.
That's not a lot. We need to see that first stock again, excuse me. It's so important how this was set up. Experience held on to the GC N-Sig. Zen was above him. It does not matter if he hit his own teammate with the downer because then Experience was able to follow up off of that ground pound. That situation was so well set up for the blue team. That was so well played. Osino is now going to be switching off to the Allgrim Faison on the Blin. We'll see how this one ends up working out, but they didn't even get to play the game.
No.
They didn't even get to hold their controller last game.
They really didn't, Dara. That was, no, that was a little ugly. But Faison and Osino, very, very experienced players. I'm sure they got a lot of information from that opening game, and we're gonna see the adjustments come out. But Zen taking control over on the left side, but we're seeing the pokes come out from Osino. Wait a second.
Oh, Zen. He keeps putting it back off stage. He goes up there and he gets it off the top. Zen is a monster. Experience sliding out there with that D-Sig. Faison whipping the side sig, putting himself off stage, and Experience and Zen ready to follow up off of it. These are some twos players.
It just reminds me of the old school cartoons, like where they'd get hit on the head and you have like the birds flying around their head. That's just how I envision Osino and Faison right now, with just the Tweety birds flying around their domes, trying to figure out what is going on. Unrelenting force from blue team.
Picks up that neutral Faison with a friendly fire. Experience covering below with the sidelight when his teammate was pressing the N-Sig. There was no way that you could actually punish that in that moment. Making it back onto the stage here. Zen continuing to play so aggressive. Experience waiting to pick up a weapon. Zen with the interruption with the GC sidelight. What is going on with this blue team?
And the
what is
perfect placement. Being able just to peel him off his teammate right there with the sidelight. Oh my god, Experience!
My god.
Okay, all right. They looking really good in this set. Experience.
Oh, they're
and
stacked.
Zen.
It's over. The stock.
And you said Raid and Bunny put this team down here 3-0. I don't know what happened. I didn't watch that set, but I'm gonna have to go back and watch the VOD.
with how well they're playing right now, what is
Yeah.
this? The down air. Oh! It's just another one. Every single stock is clip after clip after clip. Osino not going to be able to make it back on there. It is 4 stocks to 1. This game is basically forfeit. Experience and Zen looking indomitable. They what do you even say about this?
You don't. You just watch the poetry in motion and just let these artists work, because they are putting the finishing touches on a masterpiece right now. As Osino trying to fight back to his son, but they're going to sweat beat somehow. Gravity worked backwards there, and he was able to slide up the wall.
Experience is able to make it back on. Zen is eating the downer. Zen still is able to touch the side of the stage. Poor Osino can't even take the stock. The sidelight, the GC sidelight into the ground pound is surely an option.
An option it is. Side Sync
Nice.
gonna go ahead and let it rip. Neutral
Okay.
Sync gonna let it rip. But there's still 2 fresh stocks, Dara. Like, what do? You come back and get knocked out. Good effort in the 2v1, but Zen and Experience, I'm gonna gas them up a little more because they are entertaining me right now.
You know, everything that they're doing is working.
All just working.
Is happening. Yeah.
Todd Howard
Yep.
out here. It all just works.
Every single combo, every single follow-up, every single offstage interaction, everything that they are doing is working exactly when they need it to. They are making stocks melt. So my question is, what is wrong with Bunny and Raid for them to have 3-0'd this team that is looking so good right now? They're
what
not
I
even
was
letting
just-
their opponents play the game. This is Faison and Osino. This is not even the team that you can really do that to, but already Experience opening off with such confidence.
But that's what I was just screaming about. Like, what was Bunny and Ray doing? I need to know,
Oh,
because
hold
we're
on,
seeing
hold
more
on.
of the same right here.
Oh,
Experience doesn't
Experience.
look. He doesn't let him go.
Oh,
Sid falls up.
my
They're
God.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, we can't even talk for more than 5 seconds at a time because Blue Team always has something new to show us. Faison and Osino, the question is, do you have some fight? The downer into the neutral. Faison's recovery is gone,
gone,
and he's
he's
not
gone.
even going to be able to make it back on. He's on last stock.
Dara, what are we witnessing right now? Like, what is happening on the side stream in North America right now? Experience.
Oh,
Put hands on him
Experience.
again.
Oh, okay.
What?
Faison is out of the game in a minute. Has it been less than a minute? Okay. All right, guys. Osino all by his lonesome again.
Look, no, they're just
This
gonna
is so-
stand
this
there.
is so
That's
sad.
crazy. Okay, all right. He's not coming back to stage. They're gonna wrap him completely up. He's gone. They're dropping everything. He's still oh wait, they put him back up there. Dara.
And lights for everybody.
Dara.
Neutral comes out. Every single ground pound, every single gauntlet hit that you could be possibly asking for. The side sig as well. Wow.
I can't do nothing but laugh. That was crazy. What a crazy set. Wow.
Yeah, it was. We are giving an obituary to the living right now. Well, we'll see how long that ends up lasting. Experience going out there. The GC sidelight, the chase dodge as well. He is going crazy off stage. What's it gonna be?
I really did not know I was sitting down to witness an absolute. You know, I'm not even gonna say it. That was a destruction. That was sheer and utter destruction. They sat down here. They picked their opponents apart. They made them look like they couldn't even play the game. Absolutely crazy performance. And like you said, Dara, everything just worked. That was almost Brawlhalla at sheer perfection right there in this 2v2 set.
They made every single stock look like a clip. You know, not a single one of those were like honest, you know, like the classic like bread and butter stocks. No, every single one of them was some sort of a crazy follow-up off of each other. So Experience and Zen, that was past peak performance. That was truly something else. That was a single player, that was a co-op experience. This wasn't PvP, this was co-op for them. So they'll be moving on into top 8 elimination side with that dominant trio. Faison and Osino, they almost got them, they almost got into top 8, but man, this team being knocked down into elimination, they are a demon. They are a demon for anybody that has the misfortune of running into them.
Absolutely. We're going to see them over on mainstream go up against Sandstorm and Stingray here in just a little bit. That'll be Zen and Experience versus Sandstorm and Stingray. But you and I, Dara, we are going to be moving on from that slaughter and moving on to a new, fresh set. We got MarkyMoo, Future Bubble going up against MegD and Raish.
So this one is interesting.
No, we don't.
This
we
was
have
not a
Gucciu
set.
and Hexo going up against Seabass
Okay.
and DK11.
Yeah, so what happened to Gucciu and Hexo? It seems like they went down in a game 5 to, of course, the team, Balloon Boy and Hideway, which is one of the teams that you should be looking at. Gucciu and Hexo, though, this one, I know this team composition to be quite unique. If I remember correctly, is this the double Katars team? Is this going to be Hexo on the Loki? From what I remember.
That'd be fun.
I believe, yeah, I remember seeing them at a doubles championship some time ago, and they were getting stocks in some pretty crazy ways, so we'll just have to see what that's going to be in just a little bit.
No, it should be a very interesting matchup, actually. Gucciu, so much aggression, so much force, also obviously well known for his ones gameplay. Setting up a great performance with Hexo today, though, as we are going to settle in once we get them going. We'll be going up against Seabass and DK11 to fight for that top 8 elimination spot. Yes, Dara, you're raising your hand. I see you.
Correct myself. Yeah, sorry. I don't actually think Gucciu and Hexo have teamed with each other in the past besides at one community event. At least that's what's showing up on my end of things. I don't know who Hexo's previous 2's partner was in that case. Not immediately coming to mind, which is a little bit unfortunate.
Everybody be switching so much, it's hard to keep up.
So Gucciu might be potentially here on the Queen Nai. That's going to be quite interesting. Queen Nai, again, why is she so good in 2s? Well, you have some excellent defense. You're going to be around for a long time. And the signature spread. Katars is not the most popular 2s weapon. It's for the specialists. But Gucciu can absolutely make that happen whenever he so pleases.
Absolutely, absolutely. Taking a look at the I don't know if production can bring it back up, but I was taking a look at the graph for that last game, and it is, wow, Zen put on an absolute clinic. Oh no, does production got it? They're gonna bring the graph for me? Let's go. Production does not play. Look, oh my God, look at Experience. That graph is so disgusting. Okay, no, that was, I just happened to see that on my other monitor, and that is gross. Well done for them. I'm interested to see how their run goes and how they go up against Sandstorm and Stingray. But like we said, I think I don't know what game we have going up next. I think it's Hexo and Gucciu, and then I think it's MegD and Raish, and I just don't know.
Yeah, everybody's jumping in and out of the lobby. So, guys, I do apologize. Correction. The partner for Hexo previously was Halo Prince. That is who I knew him to team with. But enough about Hexo, enough about Gucciu. We got another set coming up now. This is MegD and Raish up against MarkyMoo and Future. So, really interesting stuff. This was a couple of upsets as well. MegD and Raish, how were they in elimination side to begin with? They got knocked down. Well, I'm trying to find that out now, actually. But they got knocked down. They've been through a tail.
They got knocked down by
elimination
Sandstorm and Stingray, 3-0.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
That
I feel like I could
tracks.
see that. That's technically an upset. But that one feels quite possible. I'm surprised that it was as confidently as the 3-0. We're seeing MarkyMoo on the Onyx. We're going to be seeing Future on the Kaya. MegD, of course, on the Wushang. And Raish, character specialist, going to be representing the Red Raptor.
Love to see it. He does not waver. He will not chase the meta. He has his legend that he likes, and that is all he plays. Bitch, I'm here for it because I love me some Red Raptor. Raish is a maestro on this kit. And see what he's going to be able to bring to this game number 1. MarkyMoo, of course, just coming off of a ones win last weekend. So he's going to be feeling pretty good about that as he tries to secure something in the 2s category as well.
but now he's got to fight this one from elimination side. Raish gonna be looking for that recovery here, able to get that jungle, neutral that GC, Ensig, oh my god, to be able to take it off the top. Beautifully done.
Ooh, MarkyMoo fishing over here, see what he can do with the gauntlets. No, he's just gonna let MegD go ahead and stroll on by. But it comes back and reaches in with the recovery, sending him up to the top. MegD looking for a weapon, gets caught by Future Bubble with the grab to cancel D-Light. Raish with the orb recovery, gonna send a Future Bubble up to the sky. They're doing a great job separating red team so far.
You know, I gotta say, this one feels like a nice little vacation from what we saw previously. This one is so chill by comparison. This one's a little bit slower. We're slowing down the pace of the game here. Raish looking for any way to catch this landing. Future, nice landing with the neutral as well as a sider. MarkyMoo holding on to that spot dodge, and then neutralize at the last possible second to take out MegD's first stock. Raish off stage for just a second here, is able to make it back on. He's afraid of eating that sider. MarkyMoo not able to actually pick it up.
Ooh, nice.
No interruption. Oh my
Passing
goodness.
it back, knowing he couldn't get the knockout on his own, passing it back to his teammate. But no, you do mention the tempo, and you're absolutely right. But I think going from a set like we just watched to Raish and MegD, you're liable to break your neck from the whiplash. So no matter what, it is going to seem quite a bit slower. But they're doing a fantastic job piecing up red team. A Future Bubble having damage taken off of his final stock here as he puts himself in the mix off stage, comes out unscathed, working in the neutral sig.
Okay.
Gonna go ahead and confirm the very first stock off of Raish.
Oh, the GC D-Light into the recovery, not actually going to be able to come through. MegD has a second reset life here, able to get the end. Raish not actually able to follow up there with the recovery, but still, that was the right idea. Getting the neutral now. Trying to find the jump call out here onto Raish. The end light into the sider. Nicely done for MegD and Raish. And now MarkyMoo is left off stage without a weapon. Still without a weapon. Gets the recovery.
Raish is going to go ahead and clean the stage off, pushing everybody out there to MegD. But now he's in some trouble off this cannon for MarkyMoo. Ooh, friendly fire. Going to send MarkyMoo up to the clouds. He comes back down though. Cannon in hand, looking for some offstage action. Reaches in with recovery. MegD has one of his own. Going to send MarkyMoo back up to the sky. And again for the knockout.
Oh, is Future going to be able to make it back on? He is fighting back against the Spirit and Raish, and he manages to do so. Future eating another recovery. MegD off stage. Okay. Goodbye, MegD.
Yeah, goodbye, MegD. As he comes back in on his last stock, Raish being the healthiest on the board, but Future Bubble is at the mercy of blue team right now as Adair's going to finish him off. Raish tries to catch grab to cancel neutral sig as MarkyMoo comes across side of the stage.
Okay, you never ever sleep against MarkyMoo, but blue team, they have a huge lead. Cannon is able to turn this into a 1v1. Why? It's able to carry you with him. MarkyMoo is down. He needs that one side light. He needs that one dodge call out, or he needs to catch them stacked here. But they're making sure that they're always behind each other. They're always backing each other up. They never want to find MarkyMoo actually in between them. He's looking for that opening. He's looking for the down air.
Oh, he can't find it.
Oh, looking for the GC side light. Blue team is playing it so safe.
Get in there. He does MarkyMoo. Still continuing. He's keeping it
Nice
even.
dash back. MegD dashing back there, knowing that MarkyMoo would have probably wanted to go through the target switch there. So honestly, that was such like a very small motion, but it probably led to him saving himself from eating a lot of damage. MarkyMoo playing as floaty as possible. Raish finally able to catch the landing, repositioning himself, getting the call out with the neutral. His reactions are just so good, but you can't be playing at the edge of the stage for that long. Side sig, down air, touches the edge of the stage, gets back on. Side light is gonna get interrupted with one of Raish's. Gets back on, fading back after the recovery. The sider comes out. Is MarkyMoo gonna come down here? Is this gonna be it for him?
It's getting dark, that's for sure. But he's doing a great job in this 2v1. I mean, he's going up against MegD and Raish.
Okay.
And he fought with everything he had it pretty close there. Raish putting in 621 damage, 714 from MarkyMoo, 246 from Future. If Future could have done just a little more and taken it out a little longer for his teammate, I think it may have gone a little differently for them. MegD and Raish better be on their guard, because if Future Bubble has a better game, they're going to be in big trouble.
You know, remember what I told you? That you're never actually safe against MarkyMoo. He was down one stock, super behind both members of blue team, looking exceptionally healthy. and yet he had that much threat. He had that much presence with Cannon. He knew that at any point in time, he could turn that into his own advantage. Raish and MegD, they did the smart thing. They kept backing each other up, and they made sure they were never stacked on top of one another. I have a feeling that this set can go pretty much either way, but right now the synergy between blue team was a little bit stronger than red team's in that game 1.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. But we're seeing red team come out and put a good stand here at the beginning of game number 2. I really do want to see what Future Bubble has to offer in this game. I really think if he would have done a little better, we could have seen a different result in game number 1. But so far, so good, as he's staying pretty healthy, healthiest on the board, and putting in some good damage to boot.
Gets a neutral, MegD gonna be off stage. So is Raish. That's gonna be 1 ground pound. That's gonna be 2. And that is also gonna be 2 stocks gone. That is the offstage gauntlets for MarkyMoo. You know him. You maybe love him. Well, you definitely love him if you're a spectator. And blue team now has quite the deficit.
They do indeed. But I've seen Raish and MegD climb back from much, much worse. MegD getting put good pressure on Future Bubble, getting him off of his teammate. Raish, though, getting caught up in that spear, stays out of the landing.
Nice
but
follow-up for
MarkyMoo
MegD.
right there to clean it back up, coming back up on stage with the recovery. MarkyMoo laying it down right now, so we can get on this edge guard. And, oh, air back around on MegD. Raish taking it deep. Nope, gets caught coming back up on
Able to
stage.
get the end light. Dash jumping in, dash jumping out, eating a neutral. That's going to be a recovery, but still not enough to be able to KO, but it did allow them to focus on Future off stage, and that is also going to be another stock gone. Really nicely done. Good anti-air, and now it is 2 stocks to 2, but blue team, I mean, Raish's stock is going to be gone at any point.
Yeah, they're so good about that pass back off stage. Raish getting that turnaround Sayer and sending them right back to
Future?
MegD.
Future?
Oh, bro. Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, no. That's unfortunate. That could have gone so much
This
better
save
for
was
them right
successful.
there. Well, I mean, he did knock out his
MarkyMoo,
teammate.
he was able to save his teammate. He was able to save him from the early knockout. That could have been so pivotal to the blue team, but now it is red team who finds themselves consistently in this lead in this game too.
Oh, MegD missing the falling Sayer. Nice pogo. The double one is going to get it done. MarkyMoo has no options. Now they're going to focus on Future Bubble, try and get him off the second stock. Things are still looking very good for both these teams, as this is definitely a close game number 2.
Getting that side light and light, side light. Really nicely done. MegD gonna find a side of his own. Waiting for the neutral, gets a recovery. Raish winning his own respective 1v1 on the left side of the stage. Both red team members have found themselves off stage. How do they get back on? MegD looking for the sidelight recovery. Not gonna confirm this time around.
That was
Okay.
risky for MegD. He came back unscathed, but that was so risky. Nice follow-up from Raish.
Oh, that
Then
wasn't
MarkyMoo
enough.
trying to put some hands on him. Future Bubble coming down with the dare. Gonna keep Raish running, going deep. He does have the boots. Maybe a
Still.
neutral stick to get back up on stage. No, he's gonna take the safe route. Come back, stand behind MegD. Oh, this could go either way.
Oh, Future is committing
Oh.
all the way out there, and he is able to get that spike. Now the question is, does MegD have that fight in him? If he gets that stock off of Future, he has a few seconds to focus on MarkyMoo. He just needs that landing recovery, neutral, end light, D-light, and that is it. Beautifully done from the red team.
Yeah, very, very, very well done. And we see Future Bubble actually came out with 519, doing the most damage out of everyone in that game, and that made the difference. 2 knockouts coming from him as well. Great job, the red team. Great adjustments from game 1 to game 2 to put us all tied up going into this decisive game 3.
So we talked about it, right? You talked about it specifically, which is if Future could tighten up his gameplay a little bit going into that next game, we would have seen a very different game. And I feel like that's what we got to see. But really the X factor, again, it is in the lethality of MarkyMoo off stage. At any point in time, he is just able to take a ground pound. He is just able to convert a stock and make it his own. There was another offstage interaction that could have been so pivotal to the blue team, and that is when they almost took out Future's second stock. They almost got him. They got him so early, and then MarkyMoo with an amazing save, and they were still able to get a stock off onto the blue team. MegD and Raish, let's see what they got for us in this game 3.
I'm sure they're definitely going to have something up their sleeve. Very solidified team in North American Brawlhalla. Oh, taking them all the way up to the top. Raish trying to pick and choose who he wants to focus on here. Very slow start to neutral.
Indeed.
Ooh, clash over on the left side. Raish.
Again, really, really slow, gentle neutral being played here. Raish going to be looking for the anti, looking for the desig. Not going to be able to find it though. Comes back up there with the recovery. MarkyMoo. Oh my gosh, Future. Really well placed desig there. Punishing Raish. Finds himself stuck. The signatures are flying and everybody's getting hit.
Raish threading that neutral sig in there. He's going for another one. MarkyMoo going to take the opportunity to dash underneath him. Go ahead and get the down sig. Followed up by the neutral sig. MarkyMoo looking spectacular right here in these interactions.
Raish able to make it back on. Nicely placed end light, but it is going to end up getting punished by Future. MarkyMoo on the left side of the stage. Well, Future dashing in there, finding a side. MarkyMoo going to be going for it all with that downer. What an interruption from Raish though with that side light.
Absolutely. Kind of bait MarkyMoo to come in and recover his teammate there. Raish laying down the neutral light. Oh, nice catch off the Sair. That's going to be one stock. They're going to catch Future Bubble coming back down. MegD reaching with the neutral air, but Raish with the neutral sig. Going to go ahead and send him all the way out, catching his teammate. He's just letting them fly right now, Dara.
He's letting him fly. He's been mostly unpunished for them. MarkyMoo only finding a side light for all of his troubles. Raish again just holding onto the ground here, backing up, trying to space out that D-light, playing it nice and slow. The end light comes out, chase dodging immediately and avoiding MarkyMoo's end light. That time around, yo, that was so good. MegD went in there to get the punish, but then Future was still ready to cover with that D-light. He made sure to interrupt the interruption.
Oh, great interaction from blue team there. Beautiful team combo. Bring back some of this deficit back, and they've got themselves in a very good position towards the end of this game, but they're going to go ahead. Oh, that was a little friendly fire, unfortunately. Looked like MarkyMoo may have got the stock.
A lot of friendly fire.
Yes. It's always unfortunate when it results in a lost stock. That always stings the worst.
They caught them stacked for just a moment, able to get a couple of big hits, and the game is mostly even as long as MarkyMoo is able to survive, and he is Onyx, so, you know, the answer is he might, but if you're that close to the top of the stage, who knows what's going to happen. Raish able to get a little combo there. MarkyMoo just looking for the landing, not going to be able to help out his teammate. MegD going to be keeping him away, saying, hey, I got this one. Raish, you focus on Future. Future sweating on the way back down, taking so much damage, and it does not stop as he lands into the Onyx end light, and Future's last stock is gone. Here's the 2v1, D-light, downer, N-sig again. Wow. MarkyMoo taking so much damage.
Damage indeed. Raish going to catch a landing right there. Sweat beads come out from MarkyMoo. We've seen this 2v1 situation before, but Raish has a whole extra stock in the tank that MarkyMoo has to try and get through, as he is all but knocked out here. No follow-up from Raish.
Eats that weapon toss, and he has no more jumps. He has no more resources to be able to make it back on. MegD and Raish playing that 2v1 excellently that time around. And so I have to say, I think the pivotal moment, the most important thing going on with this game was how they separated the red team. Raish and MegD, they held their own. They held their 1v1s across the stage respectively incredibly well, and they allowed each other to keep up their advantage states. And as soon as one player was eliminated, as soon as somebody was knocked out far away enough, they were able just to pass the other opponent back between them and find that 2v1.
For sure. Okay, game number 4 could be the end of the day for Future Bubble and MarkyMoo right here. I mean, I don't even know what they need to change. They've been playing so well. Future Bubble did well in that game. It just wasn't enough to go ahead and take in the distance. We're going to see how it works out for me here in game number 4, and who's going to secure that top 8 LM spot.
We'll just have to see. Future backing off a little bit here, looking for that side light catch on a landing. MarkyMoo dealing quite a bit of damage onto MegD. Nice pick up there with the recovery. MegD just hunting, looking for the next downer, looking for the next neutral. Red team left to just be jumping around here. Looking at side light. MarkyMoo, no neutral though. So close.
So close indeed. Future Bubble working that ground, trying to catch with the D-light. Now he's being a little more floaty, finding himself, oh no.
Okay.
Set it up, knock him down, got one. Wow. Can they get the 2? Can they get the 2? Raish is right there, and he got it. Got to get the D-light in the ground pound. Great start for blue team.
That was nicely done. What you do is you go out there, you know that you have more jumps than the opponent, you have the wall right there available to you, you force them to use all of their resources, and then as soon as you see that last jump go, you know exactly the timing of the GCD like ground pound. Nicely done. Both of those stocks going to be gone for the red team. And okay, nice pick up there. The D-Light Sido.
Ooh, Raish, no landing to be found. Ooh, working his way up with the nairs. Nothing else, so just little chip shots. Nair, neutral light, side light into nair, into Sair.
That was almost the ending as well. That was so well placed, but just a little bit off-timed. Blue team is looking unstoppable. Gucciu comes out that low, it's not going to be able to KO. It is bow after all. It is tough being a bow player.
It is tough being a bow player. That is absolutely correct. Raish and MegD both still on their first stocks. We're seeing a great performance from them. Oh my God, they're both still alive. Somehow, someway, Raish fighting his way back down the stage, laying down the break dance. First stock finally gonna fly. MegD still fighting for everything over on the right side.
Raish and MegD. Oh my gosh, MegD is going crazy off stage right now. Do you see him play that aggressive that often? I don't know. He's not been able to find it like any good coverage and huge edge guards. MarkyMoo able to get the side, but it is 2 stocks to 4. I don't know if this comeback is possible.
I mean, they would have to have a really good run here, but I think they're just so they have their back so much against the wall, just not able to really find any opportunity for offense to be seen anywhere. We're seeing a little bit of team damage come out from blue team, but not really leaving them too worse for wear. They're just trying to find these perfect opportunities, not get caught in any unnecessary team combos, so they can lose at this very, very healthy lead that they have.
Oh, slowly landing back down. Raish, good coverage with the side. Side light, no follow-up for MarkyMoo. That was such a huge opening. For red team, they just keep on missing each other, it seems. Landing right into Raish's attack. Future and MarkyMoo, they keep finding themselves stacked. They're not able to find any huge follow-ups off of one another, but this could be a big juggle. Raish, no weapon on hand.
Seeing Raish's stock start to fall here. They are getting MarkyMoo toward, okay, we'll call that knockout range now. No, it's Onyx, maybe not. He's almost there as he's just throwing out recoveries at absolute will, getting bounced off the side of the stage with the Sair.
The ground pound.
He's gonna bring him back into double ground pound. Wait a second, Future Bubble's out of here. Give the set to MegD and Raish.
They got pretty shut down. Good stuff to MegD and Raish, but it feels like, you know, what I really know MarkyMoo's game plan for is a lot of aggression. It's for a lot of off-stage gambits. It's for a lot of really, really huge juggles off the top. It felt like the pace that MegD and Raish were controlling the entire set was not the one that Future and MarkyMoo wanted to play on. They only took 2 stocks that last game. You know, they did the best that they could, but ultimately they weren't able to follow up off of one another. There was a little bit of friendly fire. They stepped on each other's toes here and there. And MegD and Raish, they just controlled the stage and they played evasively, and they just avoided getting hit.
No, you're absolutely correct. They just, I mean, it was just a better team that game. MarkyMoo, though, as we pointed out, though, he was your ones champion last weekend. He's feeling okay. He had a good run. Too bad they got shut down right before top 8. But a good performance from them nonetheless, as of course MegD and Raish are going to be moving in to top 8 of limbs, and we're going to be finding out if they're going to be going up against Gucciu and Hexo or Seabass and DK11 here in just a couple minutes.
That's right. We have Gucciu and Hexo teaming up. Oh, we already talked about the teams. Let's talk about some of these legend picks. This is going to be really, really interesting. Hexo locking into the Nyx here, which is a legend we don't get to see all that often. Blasters in 1s, absolutely no way. Blasters in 2s, the answer is sometimes, and it sometimes does really, really well. The goal here, can you imagine for a second, Queen 9 on one side of the stage, okay? Nyx on the other side of the stage.
Visualizing it.
Can you imagine how awful of a position that must be in for the other team when you have to worry about Blasters D-Lights, when you have to worry about Queen 9's signatures that are way too big that manage to hit me every single time, when you have to worry about Spear or even Scythe. The combo potential here could be massive. I have not seen these two play with each other before. I'm excited to see how that's going to go, but they have a pretty tough customer. They have a pretty tough opponent coming their way. They have Seabass and DK11. How do you feel about that as a team?
It is an interesting team. DK11, he has been a community demon for a very long time. And going up with Seabass, I mean, it's definitely a very, very, very solid team. I think we're going to see a lot of explosiveness from Gucciu and Hexo. I think that may overwhelm Blue Team a little bit here. But we are going to see how they're able to handle it. As I've been telling you all weekend, Dara, I need to see that first game before I can really decide in some of these sets.
I'm expecting. I have no idea how this one's gonna go. This one's gonna be really exciting.
It will be.
So how did Gucciu and Hexo get knocked down into elimination side to begin with? It seems like they lost their set against Balloon Boy and Hideaway.
Yeah, Balloon Boy and Hideaway.
Yeah.
It was a close set though. Balloon Boy and Hideaway going up 3-2 in that top 8 winter side qualifier. So they definitely put up one heck of a fight. They've been playing amazingly though, just periods. Sitting as Osino and Faison down to elimination side. I want to take a look at maybe their top 128 run, who they had to go up against. If I can, there they go. Blazy and Cast, and then Interstella and Rio. Good team. Interstella is one of those ranked demons. He bodies me on my stream quite regularly. We are
Money, Holla, and Meat, as well as Flower and Anime. Those are 2 impressive wins to be able to pick up here for DK11 and Seabass. So nicely done from them. We're going to be, of course, seeing DK11 on the Macho Man, aka the Ulgrim, Seabass on the Onyx. These are 2 high defense legends. They're going to be on the screen for a very, very long amount of time here. Actually, you know what? I feel like Nyx and Queen Eye as well, honestly. Yeah. This one's going to be an interesting one. Ulgrim and Onyx, very standard 2s picks, of course. Excellent signature spread. You have gauntlets from Seabass. So I feel like with every single Onyx, especially from some of the previous ones that we get to see, really defined by their offstage gameplay. How well can they get some nasty cannon ground pounds? How can they get those nasty cannon strings? And how can they find some of those gauntlet neutralers and ground pounds as well? So we'll have to see how that works out, and we'll see how DK11 is going to be able to pass that on to Seabass.
For sure. Probably going to be starting out at Demon Island. No, we're going to switch up and go to Small Fortress for game number 1. I am excited to see the Queen Knight and Nyx combo. That should be very, very entertaining. And I'm interested to see if it works out for him.
Yeah, this is, guys, it's so refreshing to see a slightly different, Legends composition here.
Yes.
But this is the last set to get into the elimination side of top 8. There is a lot on the line here. Both of these teams want it like nobody else, and we'll see how they're able to play here. Hex gonna be picking up the blasters. Gucciu landing with that neutraler successfully. Getting the downer, nice interruption from Seabass. Recovering a neutraler, not gonna be able to come through. Now finds himself off stage. DK11 looking to find that landing.
Can't find it though because he just keeps getting shot in the butt by blasters every time he tries to come back down to the ground. And Hexo doing a great job just threading those nairs, threading those recoveries in. We see the Sayer coming out here.
Wow.
Great stage control, great aerial control from Hexo so far, as the first 2 stocks from Blue Team are already gone in less than a minute.
Oh, look at the combo, the Ensing as well. Hexo gonna be dropping the recovery there, but already dealing so much damage onto this fresh stock. The ground pound comes out.
Big
the weapon
though.
Toss, Gucciu.
Big save.
With
He's
the
still gone.
save. Oh, the attempt.
It was the thought that counts.
That's
And
right. Side stick comes
right
out
back.
though. Gucciu put himself off stage, had to land, and then ultimately ended up getting punished anyways. But already Red Team has amassed a pretty good lead for themselves.
They have. Blue Team did a great job, though, bringing it right back. As soon as those early stocks came off, they didn't let it get too far away from him. Ooh,
DK11.
Hexo going deep. He gets the recovery.
Hexo.
Sweatbeat's out. Goes after his teammate to be able to make sure he gets back to stage. Gucciu going to go ahead and clear it out. Guitar's in hand. This is where he shines. Gucciu is known for this weapon. In ones, of course, might be a little different game for him here in twos.
This is the Nyx zone. It's called, wait a second, one side sig hit. I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do it again, and again, and again, until you remember how to punish this move. Hexo getting away with some evil deeds at this point. DK11 making it back onto the stage here for just a second, tries to go for the ground pound, but gets swatted away by Gucciu's neutraler.
He charged that neutral sig for literally 3 years. Oh, Hexo,
And
that's
like-
your teammate.
and like-
But I think he may have saved him, actually. There would have been a lot of force there. I think that neutral light shut down the momentum and saved Gucciu stock. That is going to be the end of Hexo's, though, as he is on his final stock in game number 1. Gucciu being the healthiest on the map, but taking a dare to the head will go ahead and shut that down for him as well.
Hexo looking for a downer into the side sig, not going to be able to come out here, but look at that position, able to get it that time around. And now all of a sudden it is 2 stocks to 1. Seabass has to fight this one back.
It's a little rough situation that he's found himself in. Hexo and Gucciu doing a great job controlling stage here. That might finish it up. Gucciu reached up with that neutral sig, almost took out his teammate with it. Ooh, great job using the neutral sig from Seabass to get back up on stage. He's gonna fight back on arm. Weapon drop got right on top of him, but he missed. There we go. That is gonna finish out. Queen and Nye from Gucciu gonna go ahead and get the job done. 518 damage to his credit.
So there was one offstage interaction that I did not quite like, which was DK11 jumped out there and said, I am going to hold on to ground pound. And so he did. And then Hexo looked at that. I was like, why did you just do this? Seabass tried to go out there and save him, was unsuccessful. He overcommitted and ended up losing a stock. So it gave Red Team a bit of a bigger lead. Going into the next game, we're seeing the switch off from the Onyx and onto the Toros from Seabass. We'll see how that ends up working out. I gotta say, Queen 9 Nyx, what a team composition.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Seabass, this Taros is a little more of a comfort pick for him. I definitely expected to see this come out at some point if the set was not going well. And here we are in game number 2. We've seen it come to light already as he has the axe in hand, trying to do big things with it over on the left side, letting the signatures fly. Hexo sees it coming, getting those unarmed attacks in there, scythe in hand, going right back off stage to go back up for Seabass.
Hexo dash jumping on in there. Gonna be looking for the next opening, but both members of Red Team are off stage. This is all up to Blue Team to be able to capitalize here. Gucciu making it back on. Hexo gonna be eating a massive side sig, and Seabass with an excellent close. Nicely done.
Nicely done for Blue Team. Got themselves a very juicy lead here at the opening minute of game number 2. Hexo trying to fight back with those blasters. He makes his way off stage. Gucciu going way deep. Weapon throw out. Recovery back up, and he finds himself safe and sound underneath Seabass's ground pound.
Oh, Hexo, he keeps trying to go for the cheese. He keeps trying to go for the slide, charge, and sync with Nyx, which, as you know, will just take you right back down with him. Okay, the D-Light recovery, it is going to be able to come out. DK11 so deep off stage. Hexo whipping the GC D-Light, but it does not matter because he was still able to find the downer. Seabass in a nasty position off stage. Gucciu making that stock evaporate. He was so young. He was so healthy.
Not anymore. As Seabass is on his final stock, and Red Team still doing work. Hexo's low. He caught him. He caught him. That's it. Oh my goodness! What a clutch move from Hexo. It cost him his own stock, but great job, just absolutely making him melt off of his opponent.
What's wrong with you, Gucciu?
Seabass
What is wrong with
back. Oh my
Gucciu
God,
right
Dara! I can't. My head can't take it. There's too much.
I love it when Qatari players play like there is no money on the line, like everybody is watching, and their life depends on hitting the nastiest edge guard. Hexo almost following up off of that, almost getting the recovery, just barely whipping the GC D-Light into the recovery, is going to be able to KO that high off the top. D-Light not going to be able to confirm into that end light, but what a ridiculous game. What do you make of this? What do you even say about this?
Queen Nye and Nyx, it just goes to show that you don't have to play Algrim. Other things work. Get creative, guys. Great performance so far from a Red Team. Gucciu and Hexo literally have the cruise control on right now. Fully in the driver's seat as we take a look at these replays.
Wow. He doesn't save himself. He decided whether or not this takes out my stock, I am getting that ground pound. He played like he hated him on that last stock, didn't he? That was brutal. Seabass with another switch here, going to the Rayman. What do you even talk about here? Gucciu and Hexo are committing like crazy off stage. This is the kind of a team plan, though, that does tend to open off strong. Either they win this game 3 or they lose this set. I'm telling you right now.
You know, I think you're absolutely right about that, Dara. I think you are absolutely correct about that. They need to keep this momentum going because if they let Blue Team get it figured out, it's just going to go downhill for them. As we see, Okay. Great edge guard. One stock gone. Can they get Gucciu out of here as well? Seabass back up safely.
He picks up the guitars. Oh my gosh, that's not going to be it. Queen Eye still hanging on there, able to get the neutral. Seabass trying to space out that D-Sig, trying to space out that side Sig, tries to go for it again, and Gucciu takes full advantage of it and is able to take it off the top. Red team keeping themselves afloat here, but look at Hexo's damage.
Yeah, Hexo's taken some damage so far this game, that's for sure. He's gonna need to be a little more careful, space things out a little better, and stay out of this double axe scenario that he's found himself in. Gucciu off stage. Hexo send him back out with a Sayer. Gucciu gonna catch his teammates landing. Ooh, nice dare coming back on Seabass. But Gucciu leaving left all alone. But the weapon throw is gonna send his teammate way out. Truck stop able to get back up on stage.
Hexo still left without a weapon. The friendly fire onto Gucciu here. The Cider is going to be able to come out. DK11 still hanging on to first stock. Hexo finally able to pick up a Scythe. The Cider is not going to be enough. They're trying to focus on Seabass here. Gucciu goes down there with Seabass. Not able to get the stock there. I can't believe that whiffed.
Okay, there we go. They're working on the right side now, though. Hexo's going to catch a landing. Gives Gucciu time to get back up on stage. He wants the guitars. Ooh. Oh my goodness, risky Sayer coming off stage, able to catch a recovery to go ahead and confirm the stock once he was able to pull that dodge out.
That's right. Hexo, you have to play back, you have to play away here. You are the thing that is holding Red Team together, because if that stock is gone, then you do not want it to become a 2v1 against Gucciu. The GCD light recovery off the top. What happened to Seabass?
He's gone, Dara. He's gone. And that may have been his last stock in this tournament right there. And it was an ugly one. As Gucciu and Hexo now have everything set up here. They're just going to juggle truck stop a little bit here. I'm sorry, DK11 here a little bit. That's it.
Oh,
so
Gucciu
good.
Taking him down with him.
So
That's it. That's
good.
a 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0. Hexo's literally like in chat the entire time during like, you know, a stream tournament set. Just like full relax, full casual, just vibing, and it got them into top 8. Great performance from Hexo and Gucciu.
Yeah, this is a crazy team composition. They are playing for some really nasty, some would even say unethical KOs. The amount of D-Light recoveries, the fact that there were 2 GC D-Light recoveries at the top of the stage that were able to KO at any amount of damage that he would have liked, the fact that he was able to find those really good stuff to Hexo, the amount of times that Gucciu took somebody down there with him. He found all of his Qatar downers. He found all of his Qatar siders. He got everything that he was possibly looking for off stage. Gucciu and Hexo, that is definitely something. That is one of the most unique, you know, twos dynamics that I feel like we've seen all weekend.
No, that was a lot of fun. You know, I mean, I've been kind of joking about it, but in a world where we have seen meta over and over and over again, that was a very, very fresh breath of air from that game. Gucciu and Hexo able to go ahead and get it done, and that lays out our top 8. While we were checking out Elimination side, Balloon Boy and Hideway went up 3-2 against Rise and Soul. Bunny and Raid went up 3-0 against Fakey and Hybrid. And then, of course, we got Zen Experience going up against Sandstorm and Stingray. Gucciu and Hexo going up against MegD and Raish. Mainstream is going to be popping. Gonna be a good one.
So everybody, right now, I have my eyes on 3 different teams. I have no idea what's going to happen. The first one is, of course, Bunny and Raid. They were able to 3-0 the team that I feel like has had the best performance, at least in the set that we got to see. Bunny and Raid were able to 3-0 Zen and Experience and knock them down into Elimination side. So keep an eye out for them. Keep an eye out for how they were able to 3-0 Fakey and Hybrid as well. Going on down to Elimination side, well, of course, actually, you know, Balloon Boy and Hideway, I feel like the names already speak for themselves. Going down into Elimination side, the proficiency that we saw Zen and Experience actually play with was phenomenal. They completely shut down their opponents. I have never seen them have synergy just quite that good.
It was good.
Then the other team that I'm looking at is whatever Gucciu and Hexo are going to be able to do. Look, we saw that last set. Again, that kind of a game plan where you're going through like those crazy edge guards, you're going through those crazy KOs off the top. That needs to keep up its momentum. That is something that needs to start off really, really strong. If an opponent is able to adapt, well, we have to see if they have some flexibility to the game plan. All of those sets, guys, all those matches are going to be happening on the mainstream, twitch.tv/Brawlhalla. But Slow-Mo, I feel like we have had a treat, you and I, being able to look at and watch these sets.
It's been such a fun weekend, Dara. It's been good. We had to get up early. We had long days. We had, you know, North American action. It was just all good. It was an absolute privilege to be able to hang out with you this weekend. It was a lot of fun over on the side stream. And yes, we're gonna head over to the mainstream. I know I'm gonna be sitting right here in this chair watching the rest of the tournament. And make sure you guys, !casters in the chat, go follow us on the Bird app place, X the Everything app, and follow us over there. We are going to go watch the rest of the tournament with you guys. Dara, take us on out.
Yeah, everybody, thank you so much for listening. So let's talk about video games. We'll be seeing you tomorrow for a recap on the mainstream, I believe, at around 12 p.m. EST or so. We'll be doing like a little dev stream. But everybody, thank you so much for watching the side stream. This is it for Pro Brawlhalla for tonight. Let's go on over to twitch.tv/Brawlhalla for the rest of top 8 for North America. We'll see you guys there. Goodbye.